out on my deck, bro.
No.
Check
I
out.
see that it's recording.
Yeah.
Should I start taking my clothes off or wait?
That,
That's up to you, man.
we would, yeah. You're the guest of honor. I mean, like, so what's been up, dude? What's up?
Well, let's introduce them to our 5 followers.
Yeah.
5?
Yeah,
Five
we're at 5
motherfucking
subscribers
followers,
right
dude.
now, buddy.
We're waiting for your comments too, 5 followers. Anybody want to comment?
So this is all clear with Andrew and Joey, and today's guest is my senior. I know that my first senior that was on here was Vetch. He was episode 2, and now we got Rosie here in episode 5.
Little brief history. Rosie was the guy that performed the perfect reload with Vetch.
Yes.
That I was there. I do remember that now.
We
Like
talked about
I had an aha moment. I was like, yeah, I do actually remember that shit.
And he brought it up. He brought it up. Like, I remember that I was like in awe, and he brought it up.
Yeah, that was. I don't even know. Like, yeah, that wasn't us. That was God's hand. You know what I mean? Like, that was, yeah. I mean,
that was Chesty Puller right there, being like, "Here you go, little dog. Here's that magazine, right where you need it."
Man, dude.
Yeah, I think Lieutenant McNabb was just like, "Did that just really happen?" We're like, "Yeah, no big deal."
No big deal.
You never seen that before?
Yeah,
I
forgot you're an officer, right?
You should see us reload the saw.
Yeah, I feel like we were SpongeBob and Patrick in that tale. I was SpongeBob at least. Like, oh.
Yeah, like all firing around stopped because we're all just looking like, holy shit, did that just happen?
Yeah, that wasn't the same. That wasn't the. Yeah, see, I mix them all. I mix them all up in my head. Like the field ops. I don't know if it's because I smoke so much weed, but the second pump field op is all in one giant fucking field op. That's how I don't remember anything else because we were mostly drunk in the barracks.
Well, most of our field ops we ran out of the squad base.
Yeah, that's also true.
Oh my god, dude! I forgot about all that shit, dude.
And I'll tell you, that's different though. Like on the East Coast, they don't do that, man. Like on the East Coast, they don't really, like they don't have a backyard like we do. You know what I mean? Like we're like, all right, let's go on the recon, and then you're like, fuck that noise, right?
Yeah.
You're not like, hey, you guys want your limo brief? Meet me on top of recon. Like,
no, we were talking about that too.
Dude, but they're like, oh, we have better Marines. It's like, no, like we stayed in a war mindset, literally 24/7. Like,
who would have thought though that would have been so relevant now? Like, it's like, okay, put your gas mask on now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hopefully they change the filters for them. Shit.
Yeah.
Or you had that wax. You had to have that wax paper in there that a lot of people took out when they knew we were running, because then you could breathe freely.
Yeah.
And I forgot who it was, but they took it out for a gas mask run and then didn't realize we were going to get gassed. And like they had their mask on, but they were dying, and they couldn't admit it.
I can tell you exactly who that was. Joe Damiano.
Nah, Mr. Damiano himself. He's doing like physical fitness on Facebook right now, and he's still just picking up just giant weights and just like, oh, that hurts me. How are you still doing that?
That's the only thing that he can do. That's what he was born to do. Pick things up and put them down.
Dude, like my shoulder falls out of socket just picking up my little device here. Like, I'm like, what? Damn. Like I try to keep up, but mostly cardio and riding bicycles. And
he's doing great though, man. He's doing so good now though. Yeah, and he's such a great father, which is surprising to me. Like, no offense to Joe if he ever watches this, but he's just an outstanding dad, man. Like when I was going across the country, running into everybody, and like met up with him, we like hung out at the park and stuff with his kid, and like it was chill, man. It was like a good moment to see Damiano happy with his kid. You know, like, all right, man.
Damiano.
You know, like me, like I got my boy with me here, and I just already, like I've had him for like maybe less than 24 hours. I already want to kick him in the face. So you know what I mean?
How old is he though?
He's gonna be 5, man. He's gonna be 5 in October.
Exactly. So. Is that your first one?
Yeah. He's as far as we know, I mean, there's like gotta be a few in Thailand.
Yeah. And, there's some little Iraqi kids out there with.
There's definitely little Iraqi kids.
Speak of the devil, what's up, dude? I'll brush your hair in a minute. Give me like he's got longer hair than I do, man. It's gorgeous, man. Yeah.
Hey, Cameron Cash has some beautiful hair, actually.
Yeah. my middle kid, he has like he looks like a little rock star.
Yeah.
Dude. He's luckily hair doesn't usually go for the father in your case.
Yeah, they all have my wife's hairline, which they're like.
You look good bald though. I mean, like let's face it.
Yeah.
I shaved my head just to see if I still looked like shit bald. I'm like, I'm getting older. Maybe I look cool. Like maybe Jason Statham. Nope. Still can't grow a beard. Here it is. A couple weeks.
The thing, you can't do. Yeah, nah, you still
gotta shave. It's okay.
I mean, when I've known you to look like 12, now you're looking at like 14, 15. So
I look 18, dude. Come on.
You get carded to buy like cigarettes.
I don't smoke anymore, but yes, my wife, she used to smoke. She does not get carded to buy alcohol. We're literally 10 years apart. And so I wish I had the body of maybe a 14, 15-year-old. Like as far as
I do.
Ouch.
I love it.
What's up?
I have the body of a 14-year-old in my closet.
Oh shit! I thought you said pause it. I'm like, so dude, you're obviously not in. So what? You re-enlisted? I thought you re-enlisted when we were in Iraq.
Okay, so yeah, let's do a synopsis, right? Let's
do bio, bro. I want to. The Rosie. What? Why'd you join? Fuck that. Why'd you? Have you listened to Vet?
You want to start from the beginning?
I want to. Yeah, dude.
I don't think I've ever told you guys.
So
really, right? I don't think.
Vet started the day he went to boot camp was 6606, which is
that makes sense.
Makes perfect sense.
That's where we started. So let's go. I want to hear Eighth and I want to hear everything.
Okay, did you watch the Marine Corps commercials? Because that's kind of why I joined.
You want to know the truth? I knew nothing about the military, man. Like I was the first member of my family to join anything. Well, I think I had an uncle in the reserves in the Navy or something, but like he didn't even know what his rank was. Like he barely did anything. You know what I mean? So this is what happened. I was like growing up, and then like I was like, man, I need to get a fucking job, like, right? Because my dad was a custodian for like 20 something plus years. He worked for a school district as a custodian.
And you're in the LA area, right?
Yeah. So I was in like Santa Clarita. Damien, I'm on the phone, bro. Go play Minecraft for like 4 hours. All right. There you go. Go build me a house. I mean, you got. I didn't mean that kind of house. You know, I'm not hazing my kid.
Okay. I got scared, dude. I was like, okay.
There's a difference between hazing and good training, people. All right.
So, but anyway, so this is what happened, dude. So my dad.
Quick question, Rosie. I apologize. So
Go ahead.
Yeah, your dad was a custodian, and you know I don't know how to take that because. I mean, in LA, I'm imagining that it wasn't easy, is how I want to put it.
Okay, dude, well, like, all right, so we'll go even further back before I was born. My dad was like 17, came into the country like $50 in his pocket, right? Like, that was his deal. And then he got a job as like a waitress or as a waiter or something like that at some place. I remember some lady like accused him of stealing like the tips or something, and he didn't speak English, so he was just like, he admitted to basically stealing the tips, but didn't know. Like she's like, hey, did you see the tips on the table? And he said yes, but what she was asking was, did you steal the tips on the table? So like after that, he taught himself English, and then he got a job working at a school district as a custodian, and he just worked like 16-hour days every day. So I was like, all right, dude, I'm just gonna I'm gonna like graduate high school or not even graduate and become a custodian like my dad. And then what happened was, and this is like where the story gets like crazy. So my mom left me when I was like 12 or 13 or something like that. And it was just my dad, and my dad had a whole family on the side. So like, it was just me living in my house, like at 13 or 14 years old. And I remember I'd go to school and I had like 3 or 4 changes of clothes that I could actually wear. And I would wash one, wear one, wash one, wear one. And I wore a wife beater to school one day. And my principal's like, you can't wear that here. And I was like, okay, that's just fucking racist. That dude's wearing a tank top. You just fucking think
a white motherfucker? A white motherfucker?
Yeah.
Dude, we know that shit exists, bro. We're not. I was in all fucking dude.
Well, the principal was a white lady, man. But here's the thing, man. So she pulled me out of class and talked to me. She was like, "You really think I'm racist?" And I told her, I was like, "Nah, man. Look, this is the circumstances that I'm under. I've got like 3 changes of clothes. Just be happy that I'm at fucking school. Like that's, you know what I'm saying?"
Yeah.
And she's like, all right, well, why don't you go back to class and then, you know, and we'll let you slide for today. So I wore my wife beater all day at school. And then the next day I show up to school, man, and I guess she told the staff because they got like brand new clothes for me, like nice shit, like jeans and fucking pants, underwear.
You're an asshole.
Dude, dude. So I felt like such a dick, man. But at the same time, I was like, these guys are invested in me. Like they see something in me that I don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, now I got to do some shit with my life. Like, so I was gonna. So my initial choice was gonna join the Air Force. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go join the Air Force, work on planes, get a decent job working for like Boeing or some shit like that, and make some good money, right? And so I go into the recruiting. Well, actually, one of my friends was like, why don't you join the Marines, man? They have planes too. I was like, what's the difference? The Marines are more hardcore. I was like, well, if you're going to do one, you got to do the other, right? Like, if you're going to go, you might as well go top of the line. Right. So I was like, fuck it, I'll go join the Marines. So I go to the Marines. I scored like an 80-something on the ASVAB or some shit like that. Enough where you could – because, you know, when you score over like a 45 in Marine Corps, you can pretty much do anything you want.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think I qualified for every job except one, and that was like this like super intel shit.
54.
Yeah, 54. Some shit like that, and you're good for everything. Right, so I was like, "Fuck it." That's what I'll do.
On all the fucking math questions, BT.
Is this the number?
Yeah. You dude. Okay, so you grew up bilingual. Just to paint the further picture of this, this is the little guy that you picture riding on a white horse, okay, with some flowy hair. So he's bilingual, and you speak better. And the ASVAB does heavily rub around mechanics and English speaking. So this motherfucker always just corrected my English being from the Midwest and just really loved the fact that he spoke better English and Spanish than I do. But still does.
What's funny is Spanish is my first language. And like,
I know. That's why you throw that out there every time.
That was my thing, wasn't it? I was like, Spanish is my first language, motherfucker. I still speak it better than –
But, hey, I woke the fuck up. I'm like, what? Dude, activated new brain pathways. I was like,
it still freaks me out when I hear you speak Spanish. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot he's Mexican.
I mean, it takes like 6 margaritas for it to come back out, but yeah, you know.
So I gotta ask this question: so your father? Did he come to America using Hop and the Rio? Legally?
Yeah, well, I mean, back in the day, dude, that was the thing. You know what I'm saying? You could come over and nobody would. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so for all you people rating on the fucking in my hometown that are send the Mexicans back, well, fuck you, basically is what I'm saying. Okay, eat a dick, and I still love you, but eat a dick.
Illegal immigration produced an American hero, damn it.
Yeah, fuck you, yeah. What did you guys do? I mean, you probably work and your tax dollars pay for all good stuff. I mean, we all love each other.
I mean, like my dad's he's a citizen now. Not to say.
Yeah, but who gives a shit? Fuck off. They can eat a dick, dude. I will.
I mean, like, he came in, taught himself fucking English, and like did the shit the whole right way if you want to speak. Like, but that takes so long. It takes so long, and it's almost impossible. Yeah. You know what I mean? So he got married to someone, and that's how he got his how he got his citizenship and stuff. But
so is that where you got your looks from your father? It probably wasn't hard then.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, my mother, I think, is who I got it from. Because my mom is just, she's a babe, man. My mom's a total babe. If you guys start like trying to Google her, I'll fuck you all up. But,
I've seen.
Oh yeah. No, bro. No.
Yeah, I mean, my dad, he's got that. The thing is about my dad, dude, he's got like that. I think I got to get my charisma from my dad because he's got like this thing where you just gravitate towards him and you just want to hang out with him. You know what I mean? Like you want to drink a beer with him. So I don't know. I think that's where I get it from. And at least the beard is definitely from him because that shit is coming in. But
yeah, you look like fucking Raji the Haji.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta clean it up, man. But it's coronavirus thing. I figured, fuck it, just let it go for right now. And
it's 2020.
Everybody's just like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. But yeah, dude. So that's what happened, man. My dad came in and then did his thing, and then that was my whole plan. I was gonna be an aviation mechanic, but then my staff NCOIC, not my recruiter, but the recruiter in charge of him, was a fucking scout sniper, and he would start telling stories, and I was like, fuck, dude, that sounds way cooler than because when's the last time you seen a movie about an aviation mechanic? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Get the plane up! I can't. The nuts are loose.
So I was like, fuck that, dude. I want to be a grunt, And then his name was Staff Sergeant Alvarez. I still remember him. He used to like hang out and like his daughter would ride horses at my dad's house and stuff. But so he told me, he even warned me, don't be an infantry just because you want to be a badass. But is there any other reason? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I told you guys, I was like, listen, motherfuckers, I only had enough of a high GI or high enough score to either be motor T or fucking infantry, and I didn't have my driver's license, so here I am. I'm pretty sure that's what I told you guys, but
realistically, I'm a doctor.
Because
in my home country, I was an engineer. Yeah.
You like people to underestimate you. You like people.
I do. Yeah, honestly,
you don't want them to see you coming, and that's something I get. That is something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, it paid off. Like it really paid off leaving weapons company and going to Alpha, going back to the line companies, because I knew all the fucking systems. Like I knew how to write an order, and I knew how to use I knew how to implement my weapons company and my weapons platoon better than some of the officers that you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that was just because of the luck of the draw of going to weapons company first. You know?
Vehicle commander in weapons company.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. We're going linear.
Right.
No, Dad.
Chronological order.
I'll mute you, Joey.
Chronological order. So yeah, all right. So so I go infantry, go to fucking boot camp. I went in I think it was June. Oh yeah, I remember actually. It was June 12th because I graduated June 5th of 2005. So like I had like a week out of high school. I went to boot camp, and I was 17. I remember that. I remember on my 17th birthday, actually, I was at MEPS. Like on my 17th birthday, I was at MEPS. They're like putting in my information, and he's like looking at his watch real quick, and he's like, "Happy fucking birthday!" And I was like, "Thanks, sir." He's like, "This is what you want to do on your 17th birthday?" I was like, "Yeah." I did like same day processing, so I did like my physical and I did like the fucking test. I did the AVSAB all on my 17th birthday. So I was there from like 4 a.m. to like 2 in the next morning. And then I remember my recruiter's like, "What do you want to eat, dude?" And I was like, "I want to go to fucking Jack in the Box, like the finest of dining establishments." This is pre Olive Garden though. You know
I was gonna say Olive Garden. Okay, thank you. Because I was about to say something.
Before I knew Olive Garden existed, but yeah. So before it was Jack in the Box is my spot, man. So number 13 with curly fries. It's chicken strips. Because for some reason, Jack in the Box's buttermilk ranch is just fucking dude, it's fucking crack cocaine.
Yeah.
They still have they even after the years, has it held true though?
Their fucking buttermilk is still fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, say what you will about In-N-Out or whatever the best fast food restaurant is, but as far as ranch goes, it seems stupid, but Jack in the Box is greatest fucking ranch ever.
It's got just the perfect amount of little tanginess.
Yeah,
if you guys are looking for a marketing fucking technique, there it is. That's like genuinely like right there. You could be the face.
You got to be passionate and true, man. Like once we get to Olive Garden, I'm like the spokesperson. The OG.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's no shit.
Yeah, man. I mean,
I go in college on the amount of alcohol you drank there.
Yeah. So anyway, man. So I go. What it was 2005 or whatever. Can't remember when it was. Anyway. Yeah, 2005, like a week later, in fucking boot camp, and then they screen you for 8th and I, right? So 8th and I, the ceremonial marching.
Forgot about that shit.
Yeah, right.
That shit first. Fuck.
Yeah, so that's what I did. So that's supposed to be a 2-year station, but I'll get ahead of myself a little bit. But so I did a year of that. But we were when you incorporate that, you do funerals for Medal of Honor recipients, officers. Wreath laying ceremonies, and then every summer you do Friday parades or Friday night parades. There's some shit I'm probably missing in there too. Well, and it's like a fucking huge honor, but I didn't appreciate it because I was fucking 18 years old and I was trying to find out what bars will get me drunk. You know what I mean?
For people that know, 8th and I is the Marines in Washington D.C.
Right. Yeah.
You see behind the president when he's talking at the White House and at Arlington and the Silent Drill Platoon, stuff like that.
The shiny, marchy dick people.
The fancy Marines.
Yeah, exactly. So
except the band.
Of course, that's not real Marines, but
nope.
But god damn it, of course. So we were talking about even before we came on. We were trying to paint the picture of flowy haired and 8th and I, of course. That's just...
Yeah, I mean, just to give you an idea on what you need, all you need. I'm pretty sure all I did was I meet their quota because they couldn't find a tall enough Mexican because they have to have a certain amount of brown people there.
Yep.
And they're like, fuck, finally a tall Mexican. So
diversity.
Yeah. So yeah, that was it. And I was like, because you can't have too much acne, and you can't have like, you can't be like too big of a liability or whatever. So they do like this whole screening process. And First Sergeant Plaskanka now he's Sergeant Major and retired now, but he was fucking awesome, dude. He's the one that did the interview for me and got me in there. And but yeah, so I did that for a year. Again, it's supposed to be a 2-year station, but what happened was good old George W. was like, we need 20,000 more troops in Iraq. And I was one of those, like, 1-4 was one of those 20,000. And they sent me from 8th and I to 1-4. So I was like there, and like I'm basically a fucking boot, bro. Like I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. So that's when I hit 1-4.
And this was the deployment before ours.
Yeah. So I hit 1-4, went to and I got there like a month before we went to CAX, and then like a month after we were in fucking Iraq or some shit. So I was like, that's it. So I had CAX. That's all I had, really.
Did you get good and trained like some of us?
Fuck no, dude. I did not know what I was doing, man. For like the longest fucking time. The worst part about it was like my fucking senior was like Shaw, fucking Knight, Warbag, fucking Renfro. You know what I'm saying? Like I had fucking like legends for fucking, Najaf vets that were my fucking seniors, and I'm like disappointing them constantly every day. Just like, you know what I mean? Like I woke up wrong. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, and it was dude, it hurt me so bad, man. Cause all I wanted to do was be good, but I just sucked. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. And like, I didn't know how to look through a fucking ACOG, man. And I didn't realize how bad my eyesight was at the time. Like, they're like, use the tip of the the chevron. I couldn't fucking see it. Like, because I needed glasses and I didn't know. You know what I mean?
God damn.
But I was like, fuck, I don't know what they're fucking talking about. But I didn't want to ask because I didn't want to disappoint them more, which is disappointing. So, yeah, dude, my whole first year was a fucking I wasn't good until probably 3 or 4 years in. And I still was garbage until I hit alpha, dude. Like, honestly, that's when I was like churning shit around, But you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I'm just running around, fucking getting yelled at, and then they get. It's kind of like being a dad, man. Like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I got this kid. He's all fucked up now. Who knows what I did to him? I
don't know. Well, get more, then it doesn't get better.
Yeah.
It gets worse.
But yeah, man. So that whole first year was a fucking mess, man. Like doing the deployment, and like we were QRF, so we were just fucking all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Like just all over the place. We were fucking battalion QRF, and they're just sending us out on like, oh hey, these guys got hit. Go run out there. We're like, all right, cool. And we get out there, and you're like fucking. That was like one of the shitty ones getting called out for fucking Albog. Like that was like. They called us out and they're like, hey, they're on a fucking, and we roll out there and we're on a fucking minefield. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, hey, don't move. You might have rolled into a minefield. You're like, all right, cool. We just fucking sit here. We're like sitting on these trucks and like afraid to even get out of the fucking truck to sit on it. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was a fucking mess. Like everything was a fucking mess. And yeah, I don't know, man. The whole first year, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Some dudes were, and then you look around, you think they know what the fuck they're doing, like, because Giesman always thought he was hot shit, and I was like, fuck it, dude, I can't be like him. I'm just gonna let it go. Fuck it, dude. I don't know.
well, that's, I mean, dude, that's exactly, I think how it felt, yeah. Like our whole time is like, what the fuck are we doing, dude? Like,
fake it till you make it.
Huh?
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's
exactly.
why they say that. That's why they fucking say that. And then the shit, hearing you say this now, I don't know how I would have taken it then because, like, back then we were looking at you like, okay, what's Rosie doing? All right, whatever he's doing.
Yeah, because you look at this.
Whatever Rosie's doing, I'm gonna fucking do. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, dude. You're just following around. You're just following your fucking leadership, hoping that they're gonna like not. Because that was the one thing that I did do right was like the only thing that I fucking knew for sure was that I cared about you guys. That's all I get. You know what I'm saying? I was like, as long as I'm fucking alive, they're gonna I'm gonna make sure that they are. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I fucking cared about. I didn't know how I was gonna do it, but that's all that fucking mattered to me.
Yeah. That's why some of those we say that shit about brass people and it's like that's like a major part of issues with authority is just like we've seen some really fuck up. Not even that they were always fucked up. When we got our second set of leaders, they were suffering probably from being on like 10 different combat deployments and were literally legitimately just fucking fucked. And you know, the Marine Corps needed their numbers, so they were in charge of us, and we were fresh, like ready to fucking rock, you know. And they were like, "What are they doing? That they're preaching all this shit, but going to do all this other shit." I didn't know Gunny, our person in charge, our platoon sergeant, was heavily medicated. Is as medicated as he was. There's some things I did that I kind of regret. I didn't notice, like, we were in formation and he was having like a cry breakdown moment, and I laughed at him. I regret that.
Dude, I mean, like, yeah, you don't realize how much. And the longer you stay in, the more you realize that, like, these guys are fucking, like, they're just fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's not so different in the civilian world. How long have you been in the civilian world?
Huh?
Not to get.
I'm setting up a session with Eric. Okay. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
When did you get out? How long you been out?
Oh shit, dude. 2016. So holy fuck.
4 years, about 4 years.
Yeah. November of 2016. Yeah.
Now answer the question honestly. Has any place of employment that you've been in these 4 years you've been out, has it been different as far as leadership?
Dude, I worked at a sex store for like a year and a half.
Oh, that sounds fun.
I worked at a sex shop. And you know what's funny is every time I tell somebody that, like, no one is ever surprised. Like, everyone's like, no, that makes sense. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I came and visited you at work. Like,
yeah. Yeah. So the first time Nard came to visit me, I was at work, man. I'm like, yeah.
And then
sales. You got to be into sales. If not, then you're doing yourself an injustice.
You kept being like, hey, like my manager can't see you talking to me, like being friendly, and I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, sir, what do you know about this product? And you're like, I was like, oh, okay.
Dude, and I tried so hard to be cool with it. Like, I tried, right? Like, that was my thing, you know. And like, I did like the whole Marine thing. I was like there like 15 minutes early, like every day, and then but dude, yeah, they didn't like. I couldn't fucking handle it, man. I cannot handle a normal fucking job. It's crazy. Well, I'm also in the ghetto.
I bought this there.
Dog, I just walked away from I was making 90K. I made 90K, and I worked there for like 2 years. But I was telling Andrew how the people, like, I had gathered people to, dude, it was a fucking, either way, I couldn't either. I feel you, bro. It was $100,000, but it's just, dude, trust me. I feel you. Don't you feel bad about that.
I was on like 100% disability, so I was only working really for fun. Like, my bills were paid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, this is extra money, and I can do this for fun. But then, like, after a certain point, I was just like, bro, I'm like, somebody will fucking start cussing me out or whatever, and I'm like, all right, dude, you know what? Like, I don't need this job that bad, so if you want to step the fuck outside, I'll fuck you up, like, right now. And and then they would just kind of stop. Like, they would be like, oh, this fucking guy's like, serious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm done, dude. I don't give a fuck. Like, and usually, because I sold crack pipes there, so I'd have like crackheads coming in there to, like, you know what I mean? I was like, dude, I'm gonna take this crack pipe and just break it over your fucking head, man. Like, that's I'm all for it.
Dude, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everywhere I've ever gone, bro, it's I'm gonna take something and break it over somebody else's head, and I'm not kidding. So
dude, I had a problem.
I'm not fucking kidding, man. I went to this one place in a factory. They thought they were going to treat me like a boot and have me do all the hard trucks in the morning to see if I could keep up. I was like, bitch, I did the fucking Marine Corps. I was like, I did the fucking Marine Corps. I'll work you both in the dirt. The only reason why you guys would beat me at this job is because you know the ins and outs of doing it more. Furthermore, if you don't fucking get over here and help me out with this fucking job, I have X amount of points, which means every day for 2 months, I can come into work for 2 fucking hours late, and there's jack shit they could do. You really want to fuck with me? And that means you guys will have 2-man on the hardest trucks in the fucking factory. You want to fuck with me? And they thought I was joking, and I did that. And I ended up pointing out, but I fucked those. That was the hardest truck, and it was a factory job, and doing it with 2 men is terrible. But they thought they were going to make their lives easier for that shorter bit of time. They were clinging on any little moment of break they could get, and that's terrible. That's a fucking terrible way to live, and like that, I'd hate that too. And I don't fucking. I got a little cushion on the disability because I didn't. You know, whatever. Yeah. Every to each his own. I think every veteran deserves fucking 100%. Honest to God, that
yeah,
did,
dude, no.
Yeah, and shit, but Yeah, fuck you
Here's
guys.
what I found though, dude. Like here's what I think. At least I mean, this is my own personal experience. Is that like, because I'll do this shit so much where, like, I'm trying. So you know how people say like, don't mistake my kindness for weakness.
Mm-hmm.
You know that's we know that saying really well. Most of the time, though, people who say that really are just weak ass pieces of shit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
they're saying that so that you'll get scared and back up. And
I like never
you know
say
what
that
I'm
ever.
saying?
Never say that ever, but I've heard people
But
say
like
it.
the truth and reality is like, please, like for the love of God, dude, like do not, because it's not that I'm like a big dude. It's not that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fucking like, I'm like, oh, I know 50 ways to fucking kill you because I'm like a, it's just that I'm so much more comfortable with violence than you are. Like, just trust me that I'm willing to let you like wait for, like I'm crazy enough to like follow you home, find out where you live, and then drive off, and then wait till like 3 in the fucking morning and like have a sock party. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm willing to go there. Like, I'm willing to wait for, like, I'm willing to, and I know how to put a bomb in your fucking gas tank, and I'm willing to do it just because you cut me off in traffic one time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm willing to go. I'm willing to go to a complete extreme proportion, and it's not because like I hate you per se, but it's because like I just want not just you, but I want everyone to know that I'm willing to go to a point that no one else is. Like, and I know that it's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, there's this girl that was like telling me that her ex-boyfriend or something like that was like told her that, oh, he would fuck me up or some shit like that. And I was like, I don't even care I don't know if he could or he couldn't.
I would, but don't threaten me with the fucking good time.
But like, what I want to do is I want to like tie you up, man, in like old timey way and put you on like a fucking train track and wait for like, so you can hear the train coming. And I want you to look at me and be like, please get me off this track. And I'm just going to be like, I am your God right now. Like I'm choosing, like I am going to stop you from like living or dying today. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to listen to like the weirdest fucking soundtrack to it. Like I'm going to put on like Frank Sinatra's like My Way. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
dude. And the fucking thing is like, yeah, that's what everybody, dude.
Because this is what he's gonna do. Like his eyes are like, just before he dies, his eyes are gonna search around for something to save him, and the only thing he's gonna see is me, and I'm the thing that can save him. And so he can pray to God, and I'm really like, he can pray to God. Like I was like, pray to God, and I'm like, you're using the wrong name. Like I want you to say, please save me, Sgt Rosales. You know what I'm saying? Like I want you to use full rank and title. You know what I'm saying? Like, but for like a moment, you know, I just want people to know that I'm willing to go to that point. Well, and it's not, and it's like, and I know that
I like how it's so intricate, but it is only those things that I come up with, the similar fantasies, as I call them fantasies, is they're only actually for a moment, but you're just looking for a fucking excuse. They're so intense, man.
Like, but it's like, I'm willing to go to that, but I'm also willing to get punched in the face over and over and over just to get one shot.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah.
And it's like we fight fucking dirty. Like I've said, I think I said on like the second episode, I will grab a handful of your dick and pull it off of your body.
Yes.
Like I will bite you. I will scratch your eyeballs.
It's not gay if you're trying to kill them.
No.
I get that. People can't. When I go to places here, I literally mean it when I say this. And you know how shit gets when you work with a bunch of 18-year-olds, because that's all the jobs I care to get because it's physical and I get a physical release.
Do you mean physical release because you're working with 18-year-olds and you like releasing into 18-year-olds or?
No, like you actually doing something physical.
Oh, okay. Because I go to community college and there's some 18, 19-year-old girls. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Physical release.
That's legal, bro. That's why we have laws, motherfucker. It doesn't sound bad if it's. I mean, it's.
It ain't legal, but it's legal.
Right. There you go. Yeah.
But I don't even know what the fuck I was saying. I smoked too much weed, but something about, I don't know. Don't even remember, bro.
Okay, so Rosie,
our fantasies, I guess we have, or violent fantasies that everybody has. But thank you for coming forward with that, because I don't ever have the balls to say it out loud. I feel like
it's just the thing is that we have, like, not only do we, I mean, everyone has those fantasies, but the thing is that we have the know-how and the capacity to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I get worried about. I was like, damn, we can do this. Like I still know how to put a C4 charge on a door. You know what I mean? Like I still know how to make a water charge. You know what I mean? Like, I can get in your house.
Give me an IV bag, a block of C4, and some duct tape, and we're fucking.
Yeah, like I know how to. And you want to know one fucked up thing that I did at work was like I got so excited, and I'm not sure why, but I showed one of my coworkers how to do a front choke, like the choke out with their own shirt. You know what I'm saying? And I showed somebody how to do it, and then they were like, "Holy fuck, can you kill somebody with that?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude." But this is what I told them. I was like, "Yeah, but here's the thing: is that it would take like you'd have to hold it for about a minute. It's quicker if you just let them kind of hit the ground and then stomp on their skull." I was like, "But don't." And then this is where I fucked up. This is where I knew I crossed the line because I was like, "Don't stop till they like pass out or you think they're dead. You got to keep stomping until like you can see brain, because you'll be surprised on what you can live through." I was like, "You want to stop and stomp and stomp until you're making contact with the ground." And the guy's like eyes all of a sudden just like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I just fucked up. Like I just realized I went too far. I went too far." You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
and then like, but here's the funny thing though, is because I called Hilburn up. You guys remember right? I call up Hilburn and I was like, "Hey man, so I told somebody about the front choke," and then he asked me, he's like, "Can you kill somebody like that?" And then Hilburn's response was like, "Yeah, but it would be quicker if you just stomp on their skull." And I was like, "That's what I said, bro."
Yeah. Dude, nobody's got time to hold a joke.
Dude, especially when they asking and like they had asked in psychology classes about if you could live or if you live or die scenarios, would you eat another human being?
Absolutely, yeah.
And I'd be like, yeah, because
I don't even have to live or die. It's just like,
not even that dire of a situation.
Yeah, it's like
it's just like, hey, if somebody offered you like a rib, you'd be like, "Yeah, I'm down."
Well, if they're dead already, it's just like if you have nothing else to eat, what the fuck else are you gonna do?
Dude, yeah. I mean, I could go to my friends. I go to your house right now, and if you told me that, like, "Yo, I got rib right now," and I'm like, "What's it from?" And you'd be like, "Oh, from my neighbor." I'd be like, "Yeah, that sounds. How did you slow cook it or like?" Like you don't even have to like explain. I'm like, "Yeah, I don't."
I'd do it for the. There's things like I wouldn't do for experience, but as far as anything violent,
the only question is preparation. How was it prepared?
That's like I want to know. Like, I'm like, "Yeah, dude, that sounds good. How'd you prep this? Like, did you put some dry rub or what? That's all I
I'd marinate it, of course.
You
gotta marinate it first.
There's not a fucking thing in this world. Like, I mean, I don't think there's limitations to the shit that I think I would do, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll tell you, I've got two fears in my life, right? I'm afraid of heights, which is funny because I was a hearse master, and then and a commitment. So like my biggest fucking fear is to like jump off the high dive, like like if you're doing a pool crawl, if you're doing a swim crawl, but instead of jumping into water, you're just jumping into like a pool of wedding rings. Like that's my biggest fucking.
Dude, sharks are fucking. I don't know how you're not afraid of sharks, but okay,
I'm not, dude. Like honestly, like I mean, if a fucking shark comes up and is like, like starts trying to like nibble at my nutsack, like yeah, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna go back into shore, but like I'm not
gonna.
Dude,
you won't. If you see, by the time you see a shark on your nutsack, it's too late, motherfucker.
Yeah, but I mean, like if I see a fin, like I'll probably keep swimming. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think I'll have a problem. Yeah, like
that's like my only two fears is sharks and electricity. You got your two little weird fear. I have sharks and electricity.
Yeah, see, I like shock myself for sexual pleasure. So
yeah, of course, yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that.
I'm sitting there licking batteries all day.
Well, here's a thing too. Like with people I talk with, speaking about having an open mind. I was talking to a guy today. He's an ex-Army National Guard, so we kind of clicked at work. Still go see him. Still my buddy. In fact, I'm gonna watch his children for him. But
does he know you're watching him, or are you like?
Does he know you're watching his children?
I think so. Does it count if he's drunk? But anyway, so I just like so there's a law in California that with parents' permission, you can have sex with like say a 15-year-old. I believe. I think it's 14. I know for a fact.
In California?
I think it's 16 on base.
On base. Oh, yeah.
On base.
Yeah, 16 years old. Yeah. So I've actually met parents that were allowing their 16-year-old daughter, I guess they're 19, 20-year-old Marines, that they let them bang the Marines. I'm like, there's laws for that, and they're but they had it written in such a way, like their agreement.
Well,
I forgot.
It's because some states had the age of
get married at 16.
And then so they could technically be married and then be on base, which is federal.
Yeah, they could be married, and then some other people. I was like, there's other rich people that I'd met. I don't fucking know where I read this or I met this. But this lady, one of the dudes from fucking SOI in one of the line companies, I think it was Bravo, was banging out like a 16-year-old. But I guess now I think about it, he was 20 or so, and he was banging out a 16-year-old because the parents were allowing the 16-year-old to explore her sexuality.
That's fucking weird, still.
Well, I was hanging out with some of the guys that I was boots with. I don't want to say their names, but so one starts with a P, and he's tall and skinny. He was a mortarman.
Okay.
Dylan is his first name, and then his buddy Woody. We'll say Woody.
Oh
right?
My God!
And we were at the Motel 6 in Oceanside hanging out with one of our corpsmen, and there was a family there, and the dad was like pushing his like teenage daughter on Woody, and Woody's like, "No, dude, get the fuck away from her."
Dude, yes, bro. That's what I'm saying. I think one guy that we're friends with, she might have been in high school, and I think she was like 17. But we were like 2 deployed back from the second deployment, and he was porking her. I'm like, what? He was like, her parents are cool with it. I'm like,
yeah.
No.
But funny story later, my wife now graduate. I didn't go to her graduation. I missed my cousin's graduation. And then my wife was 18 right after high school when we met, and I had no idea for like 4 months. So now we're married and have like 15 kids. So, but funny story, I did harass people whenever they would go to like high school girls, like, what, you can't fucking get pussy in like the real world?
And then here you are, fucking like waiting for them to graduate.
Right, and just right after they graduate.
You're sitting there like the graduation ceremony, but like technically they're not in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, she knows that.
That's
her
a buffet
days,
line, right?
Yeah. Hey. So the audience knows that you. The moral to this story, kids, is that Rosie says there's not any limit to what I would try, but he just pretty much said he fucking hates child molesters too.
That's like
that's exactly why we're having this conversation, because you know, whenever you say that, my mind went to the fucking fuck kids island where our leadership has been found. I'm like, well, I'd kill those people.
Yeah. Well, that's because there's never an okay reason for it.
Yeah.
We
had to draw. I had to draw a line. We had to draw the line with the audience. We did it.
Fair. I guess
we had to do it again.
Yeah.
So I don't want people, bro. I'm thinking of it from like, if anybody's watching that's not military that doesn't understand what the fuck he just said, when push comes to shove, fuck child molesters. We want to kill those motherfuckers. We talked about it in one of our. You have to watch. I don't know. We talked about it at some point.
Yeah,
I'll have to watch that one then. Yeah.
So
that's crazy. That's a fucking problem right now, though. I mean,
that's our leadership. That's what I'm saying. We have to actually address that, because that's actually a fucking.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's a good fucking point. Yeah, because I would think it would have to be unsaid, but you're right. Yeah, I mean.
And I brought up that law because I know the fucking Marines that I wouldn't sentence those guys to death in their situation.
I mean, I guess I can kind of get it, because, like I said, I joined when I was 17, and
that's
so like if I was married, and I was married to like a 16-year-old, I guess. But.
I am death to child molesters. We're talking like my age.
There's a difference between.
If I'm fucking a 15, you need to kill me, because that's sad. You know.
Yeah.
Well,
it's fucking ridiculous.
There's a difference between a 3-year age difference and a 30-year age difference.
Yeah. Right.
Like they're 10 and you're 40, then yeah.
Because we understand psychology and where they did it in the Bible. Okay, they didn't understand where your brain was at that time. We know your brain is done developing by 25. So you could literally leave.
At least for some of us, like mine's still going, man. So you know what I mean, like
mine never developed, bro.
Mine never developed either. Yeah, my girlfriend.
Generally speaking.
So
generally fucking speaking, for normal people. I've been studying normal people, Rosie. I'm going to school to be a school teacher to teach normal children.
Bro, I want to be a history teacher. So yeah.
Biology. We should literally just start our own school.
We're just gonna fuck them all up.
Everything's going online now. Anyway, we can be our little we're practicing as we speak. I'll have less weed in the real school, people. Okay?
So let's get back onto a lighter subject than child molesters.
Right. But yes, Rosie would fucking kill. So you can love him because he'll kill child molesters too. Okay.
And then he'll eat them.
We will fucking.
I don't know if that shit transition. You know what I mean? Like
that's true.
Yeah.
And we're speaking from the New Zealand tribe warriors who eat other warriors to absorb their mana. So yeah, we might actually have to put limits.
Yeah, so you don't know if that's, I wouldn't want to. Yeah.
So I named my second child after the great and honorable Our Father who's not ever gonna be in heaven, General James Mattis.
Right.
And Rosie, you have a great General Mattis story, right?
Okay, so yeah, this was yeah. Well, there's two of them, but the first one's probably the best one.
The bar, right?
So it wasn't even a bar. It was a restaurant, man. And I honestly, all right. So this is when I was at 8th and I. This was like my first, the first duty station. And again, I didn't know shit about the military anyway, except for like now I'm a Marine, right? And then so I remember we go to this restaurant across the street from the barracks. We're kind of like exploring the barracks. And it's basically the barracks at 8th and I is like you go outside, you're in the fucking streets of Washington, D.C. It's not like Pendleton where you have to like fucking drive like 16 hours just to get to a place.
It's because it's like a tourist destination. Like people can
so so it's called 8th and I because that's literally the corner that it's on, 8th and I Street.
And the Commandant's house is there, right?
Yeah, the Commandant's house is there. So
which is also a museum if I'm correct.
There's a whole mess of shit. Like if you go further down, you have like the Navy Annex or the Navy Shipyard and stuff like that, and you can go in there. And
so you always have to be perfect. You always have to be on your game.
Yeah, dude. So we have to wear like a collared shirt everywhere you go. I think it's a little bit different now. I'm not really sure, but I know you had to wear like a collared shirt tucked in. Like I mean the orders that they give you in boot camp or whatever that they tell you, but they actually enforce them there. So you have to wear like a fucking belt with your your pants and all that stuff, everything. Like, you know what I mean? They like inspect you before you leave and shit. It was crazy. But yeah, so we go out and we're kind of exploring, find out where to eat. And there's like a pizza place, and it's really different now. Before it was pretty fucking ghetto, but like I went to visit maybe a couple years ago, and it's actually really nice. But we went down there, and we're eating, and we're like, I don't remember what we're fucking eating. And then this guy sees us, right? This older gentleman comes up to our table and can tell that we're fucking boots because we fucking smell and look like boots. And he's like, hey, how you gentlemen doing? We're like, oh, we're good, sir. And he's like, how are you guys enjoying, or he asked us, like, did you guys just get here? We're like, yes, sir. Yeah, we just got here. Like, I think it was like 2 days. I think we've been there like 2 days. Like, yes, sir. We've been here like 2 days, 3 days or some shit. And he's like, well, how do you like it so far? It's like, oh, we love it, sir. And he's like, oh, you don't have to bullshit. And his response was, you don't have to bullshit me. Like, I know you just want to get out there and kill something. We're like, hoorah, sir. Like, fuck yeah, right? We're like, all moto and shit. And he's like, don't worry, warriors, you'll get your chance. Something along those lines, right? I mean, I got to paraphrase. It's been like 15, 20 years ago. But, and then he comes into, and then he says, what are you all drinking? And we're like, oh, we're underage, so we're only 18. He's like, that's not what I asked, gentlemen. We're like, oh, no, well, this is pretty first. I'm sorry. I went past it. He goes, you guys know who I am? We're like, no, sir. And his answer and his response was, don't worry, you'll find out. And little did I know that the person that I was speaking to was fucking none other than General Mad Dog Mattis himself. And I was like, oh, right? So, like, now knowing that, I was like, damn, dude, I fucking hate myself. But
chaos actual.
Yeah, and then, and he says, what do you guys drink? And we're like, oh, we're fucking, we're underage. So that's not what I asked. So, yeah, I'm like 18. I was like, I guess, well, I'll just take a Budweiser. And then he just fucking had, like, him Budweiser just brought to our table, like, continuously. And then, like,
God, a man who thinks, beautiful.
Yeah, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, and I had like, and I'm still new to drinking, man, because I didn't really,
He pisses alcohol on shit C4.
But
you seriously, like, I mean, you could die. You've probably heard it. You hear it said here all the time. If you're old enough to go die for your fucking country, you can drink a goddamn beer.
Okay? Right? Yeah, man. So. And I mean, I'm guessing that he did this often enough where they didn't even question him, you know what I'm saying? So he just, right? And, but yeah, that was the thing. That was like my first day or my first introduction of General Mattis. And then the next one was a Christmas party, man. Christmas party, he showed up and we were doing like, we were basically decoration for a Christmas party, and we're just opening doors. And this dude shows up, man. He's got two blondes. They're both carrying Christmas cookies, and he just walks into this Christmas party with two blondes both carrying Christmas cookies on these trays.
Of course he does.
Yeah. I'm like, who the fuck? Like, I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, this guy, like, gets better and better every fucking day.
So elegant with such a dirty place.
Yeah, but, like, I mean, the thing is like, I don't even know if I'm supposed to be telling these stories. If you're supposed to keep this shit low-key, but whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, if anybody
it ain't like you're on Fuck Kid Island, bro.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that's true. It wasn't like, yeah.
Well, and it's his things are well known. You know, him walking around like the White House in boots and youths.
Yeah.
Like him, like taking duty for like a lieutenant on like Christmas Eve. Like,
dude, yeah, just known for being a fucking human being.
Yeah.
Like, keeping the humanism inside. I mean, somebody's got to keep the humans inside politics. I think people, we the people, have unrealistic expectations. That being said, we say garbage leadership, but we also have a sense of maybe unrealistic expectations. We're going to explore those ideas. But
well, I think the public has this idea. The military's got like all this shit squared the fuck away, and like, oh, if there's a problem, the military will take care of it. We don't know what the fuck we're doing, dude.
We're 18,
19-year-old kids, man.
Jeez.
Yeah, we're 18, 19-year-old kids.
Fuck.
Who fucking like barely passed high school most of the time, you know what I'm saying? And we're just like, fucking, yeah. All right, give us a rifle, and then we're just going to go and like, and cause a national incident somewhere. You know what I mean? Yeah. Causing an international incident by like the pool of and that's the beauty of it, man. Like, all right, here you go. We're going to give you fucking like all this goddamn money and gear. You can like fucking ammo, all this shit, all the capabilities of causing an international incident. And like, you know, starting World War III by fucking something up. And then you're going to come home and we need you to sign this waiver saying you're going to wear your seatbelt. Like, all right, man. Like, all right.
Well, hey, I got a question. I got a question for you. Did you look in that mirror and say, if somebody accused me of being a Marine, would I be found guilty?
And ask yourself, is there enough evidence? Is there enough evidence of being accused of a United States Marine? Bro, anybody with a high and tide has enough evidence to be, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. You know what's shitty, man, is here's the thing. It's like, it's leadership like that makes us want to hide it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's shit like that makes us want to. Because this is what happens. You graduate boot camp, right? You go and you graduate fucking boot camp, and the first thing you want to do is get an Eagle, Globe, and Anchor tattooed on your motherfucking forehead. Like, that's the first thing you want to fucking do, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, boom. Like, you want everyone to know. Then you go to SOI and you're like, damn, this shit kind of fucking sucks. But they keep telling you, wait till you hit the fleet. And then you hit the fleet. And then you're like, everyone tells you, you're going to fucking hate your life. And then you do.
And you do.
And then you fucking do, right? Because here's the thing. So, you know, JJ did tie buckle, man. We go judgment, justice, decisiveness, integrity, dependability, you know, tact, understanding, courage, knowledge, loyalty, enthusiasm, and whatever, right? We hit enthusiasm. Enthusiasm being the very last one, but it's the least most wanted one for some reason. Enthusiasm drives that shit, man. Because when you fucking care about the unit, care about the Marine Corps, like, you start putting it into effort, man. But you got all these motherfuckers telling you, like, you're gonna fucking hate your life. And then you got all these fucking leaderships, like, you gotta ask yourself, is there and you just fucking hate it. You hate it. And your enthusiasm is dropped to zero because it's not the most important leadership trait to them, but it is the most, dude. That's what
the board out front,
the board, dude.
The DUI,
like the fucking who's next? Like that's their enthusiasm. The enthusiasm was coming. Who can I fuck next?
Yeah.
It wasn't about like, let's go fuck some shit up, because there's pride in that. There's pride in fucking being from Horno because it was the most fucked up place. Exactly. And there was pride in that. So if you could take pride in being the most fucked up place, why wouldn't you take pride in being like, we're going to go into this fucking country, we're going to fuck a bunch of shit up, but hopefully we're going to make it better. And you're going to be like, all right, fuck it. Yeah, let's go fuck shit up then. You know what I'm saying? And that'll drive you, dude. But they're just telling you like, no, you can't wear white socks. But I remember we're like fucking closing down an ECP, and the fucking first sergeant is like, hey, Rosales, I think you're doing a fantastic job, but your mustache is a little out of regs. And I'm like, first sergeant, we have no security out here. You're kind of the top leadership. Can we talk? And I remember having this conversation. I was like, can we talk about this later? like, I don't, like, I was like, I know you want to chew me out. I'm all for it. My mustache is all fucked up. Can we do this when we have security? And he's like, you're good on you as an NCO having the fuck. Actually, I wasn't even a fucking NCO at the time, dude. He's like, good on you as fucking as a BC.
At least
he's like, your mind is always on the mission. I'm like, bro, I'm a Lance Corporal, and my mind is always on the mission. You're the first sergeant. Where the fuck is your mind, bro?
Well, it's like Generation Kill, right? The police your mustache. And we used to fucking be like, you better police that mustache because that's how fucking absurd. Oh, we're gonna invade this country, but my mustache being here to here is gonna save humanity.
Dude, that same fucking individual, we're talking about too.
Because there's gonna be they always say if the press is out there, you always have no comment. I didn't see a reporter my whole entire fucking career.
Bro, what? Yeah.
And like
no, man, no, because this is what happened. This was on the mute. Every time we went on fucking mute, I was the interview Marine. Like, I don't understand how that even came to be, but they're like, Rosales, you gotta go talk to the press. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking say something you don't want me to say. How you like in Philippines? Joe, your hookers are amazing. Like, what? Rose, you can't say that. I'm like, well, why did you put me here? Like, I mean, I'm gonna fucking be honest, man. Like, yeah, I'm like, bro, you can get a great deal.
Wait,
fucking prostitutes.
I'm calling timeout. It says you don't want to put me on the press because I'll be honest. Now, how fucked up is that statement in general?
Well, it's the same reason that the year and a half or whatever that we lived in the squad base, you never saw anybody higher than a captain there, because then they couldn't deny that we were fucking living in the slum.
Buildings. Yeah, no shit.
We had whole planes without windows. There was fucking. It was like. I woke up one morning to a rat on my fucking chest.
I put that there.
I remember they were trying to banish alcohol from the barracks. It's like only a 6-pack, and then Plomy just every fucking day just glug 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 glug. And then I remember
that was a challenge, bro. They fucked that up. Like, you can't have hard liquor in the barracks, but like you couldn't have it. Technically, you couldn't have it in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't keep it. You couldn't store it.
Yeah.
That was the challenge. They said that. It said it could not be stored. And you're like, all right, then. So if I buy the bottle, I have to drink all of it tonight.
Right now, it's in transition. It's in transition from being in that bottle to being in my gut.
It's not being stored. It's not even going in my room. I'm going from I'm walking to the fucking PX, and I'm drinking it on the way back to my room. If I finish it before it gets to the room, it's not even making it there. Like, fuck, dude.
It says in the barracks, and if you have a car, it doesn't say don't store it in your car either.
Rosie, and when I was a boot, remember we had a Jaegerator in the bathroom in one of the rooms.
Yeah.
And we used it. And that shit hit like 4 bottles, and we would refill it like 2 or 3 times per night. Like,
yeah, it was like, why are you asking us to do this, man? And then like, it was. Because if you let us store it, we probably would have had less problems. But, I mean...
We would be drinking at the barracks instead of drinking 40 miles away and then having to figure out how to get back to the barracks.
The rules didn't make any fucking sense.
Fucking sense, man. And speaking of, like, that one same dude, like, I remember him coming out to OP Green, and OP Green had no running water. No way to fucking... No shower. Just a razor. And the motherfucker... I smell, dude. Whenever you're out in even a field op, I don't know how many months I was on OP Green. I stopped caring because it was awesome. You just like you're living day to day, and
nobody fucking bothers you.
No one bothers you. And this motherfucking Armani clone, I forever will always remember what Armani clone is. This beautiful, perfectly nourished individual. We were not nourished, okay? I got down to a buck fucking like 30, a buck 40, like, and this motherfucker comes up just all supped up, and just asked me where my shave was while I'm standing post. I'm like, I'm defending your life right now. I was like, I didn't say
you should have gave him a mill direction, be like 45 mils.
I didn't know what to do for life. I didn't say shit. I was like,
2.5 clicks off our westward wall.
Dude, I didn't say anything. He's like, what's wrong, Double Dog? And I just shook my fucking head and was like, no, man. No. I was like, I just haven't slept. I was like, I haven't slept in a long time. Sergeant Major, I'm very tired. I got to get back to post. And, you know, the general orders, take no shit from flank to flank or whatever. I was like, I got to watch my fucking post. And that's basically, I didn't say anything. I didn't know what to do. Like, what the fuck are you – I was like, to me, that was at that time. It'd be different if I were this age as a man now. I'd have been kicked out of the Marine Corps, but no.
This
bro.
is what happened. This is not. I'll tell you too. Like I'll tell you what happened. At like around 10 or 11 years for me, I stopped really caring. Like I really stopped caring, and that made me way better of a Marine. Like honestly, like I remember I would send guys home. Like I would send my section home or my squad. I should say my squad because I was a squad leader at the time or whatever. But I would just start sending them home. Like I would just send them home, and then I did this for like 2 weeks before anybody noticed. Nobody fucking noticed I was doing this until like one day they wanted a formation so they could talk to the platoon, and my whole squad was gone. And my platoon sergeant was like, "Where's your squad at?" And I was like, "Well, I sent them home already." And he's like, "Who the fuck told you could do that?" And I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna be honest with you, Stefan. If you're gonna give me this squad, and I'm gonna go to countries I've never fucking been before, and you expect me to lead them into combat, and it's fucking 4:00 and we haven't done anything for like 2.5 hours, and you're telling me that I can lead them into combat, but I can't tell them when they can go fucking home? Like, what the fuck am I doing here, man? Like, what you know what I'm saying? Like, this is ridiculous."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, we got word to pass." And I was like, "Stefan, we're gonna have him here at fucking 6:30 tomorrow morning. Like, whatever we're gonna pass, we can pass it tomorrow fucking morning. If it's that important, I can get it to him tonight. Don't worry about it." But like,
we all have phones, dude.
But no bullshit, man. I'm gonna have them all here at 6:30 in the morning. You know that. Like, we already know that. And then,
We did text too. Like that was the thing. Like we never got off early in our second pump because some odd reason they were all sitting there slapping dicks in the office, and it was just okay. So to get an idea of what this dick slapping was, a picture the VA health and its knowledge of the effects of the little drugs they give us. So this was years before shit got brought to the light. Okay, this was years before shit was even taken to the media. This was our higher ups, heavily medicated individuals. We had a first sergeant who would crucify you if you were ever caught cheating on your wife, but literally a couple people caught him at a swingers party.
Oh yeah.
Me and Joel Martinez caught the same individual, the one that smelled of our money. In Australia, there's a chick that I don't think the three of us could actually put our arms around, was just making out just face deep. It could have been somebody who looked like him. I'll admit I was pretty fucked up, but Joel is.
Are you talking about the guy that had the upstairs office and the
that crucified people for DUIs? Well, I'm talking about both of them. They're literally the same type of leader.
Stupid fucking red little glasses.
Yep.
And he always wore that like the Samuel Jackson golfing hat, like the
Damn it.
Yeah. That was his fucking thing, man. That was his thing. And it was just, dude, man. And it's like.
To be fair, though, that one picture we got of him, he looked good. You remember that? Yeah. I think it was Ziglar.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the dude looked good and everything. That's why he has the media and everybody by the balls. It's because he looks good. But does he belong in leadership? Fuck no. He might belong in Hollywood on the fucking movie screen, but he does not belong in where we were.
Joey, we'll talk about more with him when Top comes on.
Oh shit, that's gonna be fucking. I'll be on for that one. That'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, he's coming on soon. He said just let him know. So but I want to get to Rosie, like when you moved to Alpha and shit. Like
yeah.
You were like weapons. You were like the senior man in weapons by the time everyone like.
Everybody was gone. Yeah. Because I stayed there for fucking ever. Yeah. This is what happened. So I'll explain how I even stayed there real quick because I don't even know if you guys know what happened. But so my time came up, right? I was during the second deployment, so I think it was your guys' first one, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's when I re-enlisted. So
You broke my heart, dude. Because I was already home, and I saw it on Facebook, and I messaged you. I was like, "You son of a bitch!" Like,
because that was the thing. I was gonna get out, man. I was all, for all intents and purposes, I was getting out. I was like, I'm done. Then I'm fucking done with this. I'm getting out. And then they're like, and then they said that 1-4 was gonna deploy to Afghanistan next. And that's and I was like, fuck, dude. I was like, you can't send these guys to Afghanistan without me. Like, I have to be here for that. And then, so I was like, fuck it. All right, dude, I'll extend for 2 more years. And then they're like, well, if you do 2 years here, and then we'll let you do 2 years anywhere you want. I was like, all right, fuck it. And with that, you'll get a bonus. So I was like, fuck it, I'll take a bonus then. So I'll do 2 years with you guys, and then do another 2 years wherever the fuck I want with a bonus. So that's how they got me to reenlist. Then I ended up staying in 1-4 for the whole fucking 4 years.
God damn. Did you go to Afghanistan at all?
No, and then I never went, dude, because it was on a mute. And I could have I still could have switched. So they gave me the option to move to another unit, but I never did do a mute. So I was like, you know what, a mute fucking sounds fun. I'll be doing it with my boys. Fuck it, let's do it.
Well,
and then
you could have left when Rankle left too. You could have went to 3-1. They needed guys.
Yeah, so I was gonna go then. Actually, that was the plan. They did not let me go. They didn't let me go fucking anywhere.
Yeah, you were too valuable. Once you got the value, like once you got like,
I was not valuable, man. They
what they thought.
What happened was you had the respect of everybody there. So if you left, it was gonna fall to shit.
Yeah, yeah. We had Joel because he had actually done some combat too, and if shit,
he did, yeah. And
shit came down to.
Well, I mean,
dude, yeah, and then Reed tried to call him out, and then he gets on the saw and just starts dome scoping from the stand. Like, okay, like, and then he was
way too fucking calm for like someone who has gone through as much shit as he did.
Well, I think it's because he went through shit and he was like, oh, I've been there, like I'm ready. Like, my shit's piled up already.
Yeah, dude.
Like, he just wanted to stay out of people's way too. You know what I mean? Like he didn't get in like my way. He was just like, dude, I like the way he told me. He's like, I like the way you fucking handle things. He liked the way we handled shit, you know. So he just kind of because he was my senior. You know what I'm saying? Like he was my senior.
Well, that's why I felt comfortable, because like this dude had like literally survived battles and shit. And he's got these, and he'll go places, and he runs into all these people, and he's just shooting the shit, pounding shit. And so he's that quiet, mysterious stranger in the background, and he felt comfortable around us. So I'm like, okay, well then I'm somewhat confident because I just watched this guy do what he did. So I felt like, I mean, there was Vetch wasn't with us. That hit hard, you know, when Vetch.
Yeah, that was hard.
That was hard. But having the other people that came from that one unit as our leadership, I was like, dude.
Oh, God damn it.
God damn. I took, and I feel bad for doing this kind of because given what happened to the guy. I fucking took his firing pin out of his rifle, and he did not fucking know, man. I put it back in because I was like, well, this is not even funny. He doesn't even fucking know. It's not even fucking funny. I put it back in. I guess I don't wish you die. We're not going to combat anyway. I hate my life. That was how it kind of went, having to be stuck in the truck with that guy all the time.
But, Rosie, so I noticed that once you left Alpha, like, I think it was kind of like somebody fucking, like, took the reins off you and was like, go be a fucking real Marine.
Be free. They have his collar.
You did.
No, honestly.
You did squad leaders. You got your McMaps shit up. You were.
No, but here's the thing, dude. Here's what, like, and this is like, it's embarrassing for me to admit, but like, I have to say what I have to say. You know what I'm saying? But I went to squad leaders course and I fucking failed it. Like miserably. It was fucking sad, dude. But the funny thing is that the guy that was my squad instructor became my platoon sergeant. And I was his squad, and I was one of his squad leaders. And what's great is he fucking loved me. Like he pulled me to the side one time, and he's just, I loved you. I don't know why I failed you. And I was like, to be fair, I was fucked up.
Well, I mean, you never could run. You couldn't swim.
Yeah.
When I met you, you couldn't swim. When like Canaway would take us to the pool, you would almost drown. which everyone thought was weird since you're from California, and everybody else from California was like a fish. Like,
yeah, I was like, bro, I didn't fucking have to come across the border, man. I was born on this side, so you know what I mean, like. But yeah.
But when it came,
it's because you live next to the ocean, bro. Calm down, dog.
But yeah, I mean, I never drowned. Actually, I just floated really well. I was like a really good turd. Man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Joey, talk. I'll be right back.
So yeah,
But yeah,
no running. No, yep.
So yeah, I failed squad leaders, man, and that one like hit fucking pretty hard, man. And like so I knew the weapon systems, I knew how to be a vehicle commander and shit like that, but I didn't know like my MOS. I didn't know how to be in 0311. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I thought I knew. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew how to clear a door, or I knew how to clear buildings and shit like that, but I didn't fucking know it. So I literally took the 3-TAC-11, man, and I started memorizing it page by fucking page. Like I memorized this fucking book. Like you give me a page number, like you'd be like chapter 1, page 22, and I would tell you what fucking like I think it was like even right now, I think it's like it goes over like the assault carry, like different carries and shit like that. And I started memorizing the shit, man, and I started being able to I have to know my fucking MOS. And it's not like it's not like that's what makes you a good fucking Marine is knowing everything, but like understanding why you're doing shit, how to do shit, build a standard, and then build off of that. Because that's a lot of Marines what we started doing was, and we do it all the fucking time, is we go off of what our seniors taught us, and it kind of gets tweaked. So we don't have the original standard anymore. So we have to train that standard, and then we can tweak our own shit, you know? So I started I was like, all right, I got to train my Marines to this fucking standard. Like they have to know their MOS. They have to know the 3-TAC-11. I can't start teaching them how to employ, or I can't teach them how to shoot a machine gun if they don't even know how to employ the machine gun. Like what good is shooting it? Like what good is getting to the mission if you don't know what to do when you get there, you know?
Those things, bro. Those things, and you're kind of too hard on yourself. I think. I don't know. I wasn't, but as far as like the technical term mumbo jumbo, those technical terms were invented so everyone could understand how they were. As a weapons company, bro, we had our own language, like deflate, enflate, all that shit. That dude, all those terms meant. When people it's just common sense shit, I guess. I don't know.
See, that's the thing. So that's the thing. You think it's common sense. For us, it's common sense or whatever, but common sense isn't common. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. Like, what I learned from, like, something stupid, something so fucking simple was, like, when you get the order to destroy versus neutralize, it's a big difference. It's a big difference, and I didn't understand that. When I was your guys' senior, like, I didn't know the difference between a destroy, between neutralize, between suppress. Like, those are different orders, and they have corresponding intents. So I'm telling you, like, if I gave you an order to destroy something, it wouldn't make fucking sense that one vehicle is trying to destroy a fucking squad. Like, you know, you would think that you could, but it doesn't. It's not possible. And I'm setting you up for failure because I don't know the order that I'm even giving you, because it's just, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Common sense, you're like, well, fuck it, I just got to blow it up. But destroy means something very specific. You know what I'm saying? Destroy means something very specific. And if I give you an order and I tell you, you have to know what that order is. And I started realizing I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So that's when I started, like, really fucking getting into my shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, really getting into it.
Can I guess?
And that happened in Alpha Company. You know what I mean?
Can I guess what the differences are? Because, like, honestly, I never heard this until now.
Go ahead. So difference between destroy and neutralize, because they're almost similar.
I would say destroy is it doesn't exist anymore. You fucking, like, obliterate it.
Neutralize means least amount of force necessary.
I would say neutral, like say for instance a car. Like like it would be.
Let's do it in the form of a fire team. So if I told you to destroy a fire team, what does that mean?
That means that all
kill them all
as dead as possible.
So do you remember how we used to do, like, okay, I had to have 80%, right? For it to no. So what it actually means that it's caused so much damage that it has to be reinforced before it can operate again.
So does it even mean kill them all?
So, I mean, essentially, you could kill them all. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That would.
Well, you could wound them and have them.
But as long as it's no longer capable of conducting its mission, unless it's reinforced. Neutralize, however, the difference between destroy and neutralize means that it can no longer complete its mission. But that means, you know what I'm saying, during this whatever duration, you know what I'm saying? So you could suppress it and neutralize it at the same time, but it's not the same mission statement.
The least amount of force necessary.
Not necessarily. I mean, if you destroy it, you've also neutralized it. But that's not the order.
But that might be the least amount of force necessary is to destroy it.
But your goal, I think, would be as far as, like, for instance, if you're trying to get POWs, if you go out with the intent to destroy, there's no chance of getting any intel.
Well, the other thing is this. The other thing is that like if I have a squad and I tell you to fucking destroy another squad, it's just not. It's possible, but it's not gonna. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the risk reward there is not
exactly. And I gave you the fucking order to destroy, so that means that you're taking casualties and you're still trying to complete this mission that isn't gonna happen.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Like this is the saying: two is one and one is none. Like I would send a platoon to take out a squad, a company to take out a platoon, a battalion.
3 to 1, yeah. So same thing with so that's why. So I can give a squad a mission to neutralize like another squad. I want you guys, so that they can't, like, let's say they're following. There's another order, like follow and support. So that means to like follow this unit and support them. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to like support. What does that even mean? Like support by fire. That's an actual mission statement. That means that you're supporting them using your weapon systems by fire. But if you put follow and support.
That was basically every brief in weapons was our mission is to support by fire.
Support by fire. But what does that even mean? Yeah, but we didn't even really know what the fuck that meant, honestly. You know what I mean?
Well, I think
never thought about it, to be honest. I just thought it meant kill them all.
Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
Point your gun at that thing and pull the trigger until there's no more shit out the barrel.
My father had actually taught me a lot about that shit. But when I got in the Marine Corps, I was like, what's all this shit? Dude, this doesn't even.
Oh, I will say that being in Rosie's company or platoon, that we had not only the written knowledge and the definitions and shit like drilled into us and like we had it down, but then we also had the practical of fucking drawing range, like especially like Canaway would take us up and have us draw range cards. Shaw would take us up and have
but those were the big weapon systems. We were never crunchy. They had to fucking do some more intricate.
Well, no, because we had Rosie and Vetch and stuff, and they taught us all the 11 shit. That's why I love the 11 shit.
The 11 shit is, but he's saying that there's even more 11 shit that he didn't know when he was with us.
Well, yeah,
I didn't. That's.
I think I have to argue with some of those, to be honest. Is like support by fire. It's like we did a lot of that, but I know what you're saying. Like neutralize or destroy, and the way you present it, like platoon on platoon, like. In my head, truly, as now, I'd be like, for me, you and Rosie could take like fucking 10 army motherfuckers right now. But realistically, would it ever come to that? No, because they put so much money into us, and it's a money battle.
Dude, there's a fucking. I mean, there's like mathematical equations that'll tell you like how much time a platoon can hold against a squad, how many casualties. I mean, there's literally like fucking numbers that you could plug into this little calculator to figure out what you're gonna get.
And it's
so like order statements became a whole once I understood, like I truly understood the order statements, like I understood orders and their importance because they were generally especially when I was a grunt or when I was with you guys, when I was a boot was really bad. When I was with you guys, I wasn't that much better. I would just kind of take a few notes and then be like, okay, but now once I really understood it, I understood the importance of it, and I was like, all right, this is fucking annoying, but it is absolutely fucking necessary. Because I'm getting I'm getting a mission statement, and and it's telling me what I'm supposed to do, but I didn't know what it fucking was. You know what I'm saying? I thought I did, but I didn't. But there's a book out there, Ops Terms and Graphics, Operational Terms and Graphics, and if you look at the ops terms, it'll tell you what each mission statement is, what neutralize is, what support is, what each of those fucking things are, what suppress is.
Can we buy to civilians? Because I would love to.
Yeah, I have it like downloaded as a PDF profile. I could probably send it to you.
Dude, please send it to me because I've been dying to reopen that pathway.
It's a fucking huge book, man, and there's like a lot of shit in it. And then it's got like everything about the ops. So like if you want to see what a helicopter looks like, and then it's got the helicopter emblem, and then it's got the helicopter with the fucking with heavy guns on it or whatever. Yeah, it's a crazy shit. But I can send it to you.
Yes, I would love to get a hold of that, please.
But yeah, man, that was it made me better especially once I hit alpha. Then I stopped giving up. Like that's when I was like, okay, now I know what the fuck I'm doing. I can be better. And it took a while, but yeah. So alpha, and then the other thing too was when you're in weapons company and I'm in 11, I'm on the back burner. Like the higher ups don't really care. You know what I'm saying? because though every workup they would tell me the same thing, like, we're sending you back to a line company, and I never fucking went. Like, I never fucking went. And I remember when I got to Alpha, they asked me, like, what was the highest billet you held? And I was like, well, like, I was a section leader for a little while. It was like probably the highest billet I held was a section leader. And he's like, and he looked at me, he's like, do you know why fucking weapons rates 11s? And I was like, as dismounts. And then he's like, no, as fucking clerks. Like, weapons rates 5 11s as clerks. And I was like, oh God, please don't make me a fucking clerk, bro. You know what I mean?
What the fuck?
He's like, but he told me, he's like, that says a lot about you if you were a fucking section leader as an 11. I was like, yeah, I mean, like, you know, but he didn't fucking like me. This guy didn't fucking like me. He's like, all right. And then but then they fucking did an NCO leadership course inside of Alpha Company, and I was like, came out on first, like over a fucking dozen of their little exercises. I remember we did like a fucking squad competition, and like, you know, running from station to station, and one of them was like call for fire, and I was like, and I remember I remember that one. I remember that one so fucking well because I was like, you want me to call for fire? Like, all right, fine, whatever. So I get to the station. And we're calling fire on the LZ, right? The fucking, you remember the 53 area LZ?
Oh yeah.
So he's like, I want you to call for fire on that. And I was like, can I call any mission I want? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, all right. I was like, all right, any mission? He's like, yeah. Are you fucking sure? And he's like, yeah. I was like, okay, cool. Immediate suppression grid 116, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then he's like, no, well, you have to give your pause. I was like, no, I don't. I just called immediate suppression. You said I can call any mission I want. That's 3 volleys. And he's like, oh yeah, you're right. And I'm like, yeah, I fucking know this job better than you do. And then this is the fucking, he's like, he had the audacity to ask the other guy that was on the station with him. He's like, hey, what's the he's like, what was the grid for the LZ again? And I was like, bro, trust me, I'm done. I was like, I'm out. And so I just ran, you know, like I just took off to my next station, you know. I still remember that. And then I remember like my platoon sergeant was like following me, and he's like, he's like, you finished that already? And I was like, yeah, man, I know my shit. Like, I'm gone, you know.
Dude, call for fire is one of the best, funnest lessons, easiest things to do. It's
yeah, I think one of the best moments was when I went to FO school and Mendez was with me on that one.
Fucking Mendez, man.
And Mendez called a fucking mission that was an entire grid square, like just an entire grid square.
Of course, he is the epiphany of destruction incarnate, bro. I swear to God, this motherfucker looks like Mario off fucking the Mario Brothers. I talked about him too, how he was just such a fucking, he commanded his leadership in the way he commanded.
He was standing on top of that hill while mortars were dropped. It took like 20 minutes for all those mortars to drop. Yeah. And he's standing on top of the hill and he's like, I am a god.
That is what he does. God,
you guys remember when Artie was shooting at the barracks?
They had a round short right across the street. Yeah.
It like landed in like Deer Park or something. That's what I heard.
Yeah, it was like right next to the little NCIS area, actually, I think. Like just like right there. Yeah. I know, right? Like
they investigated me a couple times. They got investigated. But now, everybody walks outside like, oh, everybody just like, what IED?
The solution was they told us all to get back into the barracks.
In the barracks, yeah.
We were like, oh, so we can get crushed under fucking tons of fucking bricks.
It's a miracle that we're still alive, to be honest, with the fucking shit.
We are on the outside, man. We're alive on the outside.
Yeah. Hey, I feel alive when we're in these little meetings, if that helps. I mean, that's
so okay. So you go to Alpha. I remember like we crossed paths. I would see like I was getting out. You know, we were a short time, and you seemed to be having fun. I kept up with you on Facebook and stuff, and you know you did all your McMap.
I did that with Alpha too. That was honestly fun. Yeah. And you find a new appreciation. If you get like a good instructor, you find a new appreciation for it, which is cool. Because I mean, like everybody hates McMap because it sucks, but it's a lot more fun when you become an instructor and you go to like instructor. And as long as you have somebody that's like willing to teach you, and not just be like step 1, step 2, step 3. Like, yeah, it's fun. It got me back into martial arts. So then I actually once I came back, I was like, fuck it, dude. Like that was kind of fun. I want to get further. So I picked up like I started taking some like Muay Thai classes outside of base and stuff like that. That was fun.
Karate in the garage. I love karate in the garage, bro.
I got to hear the story, and this kind of goes back in time, but I think the general public would get a kick out of your Camaro saga.
Oh my god,
dude, that whole fucking thing. You want to get into that whole thing?
That's gonna take a minute.
Okay.
We need to have. This can't be your first appearance, bro. Okay. This can't be your first appearance.
We'll set aside the Camaro saga for the next time you're on. But
you gotta come back, man. You've got to come back.
I'll bring it, and then because I have the Camaro still, so next time.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought it forever gone. Wait a second. The legend splits then.
Oh no.
The legend splits.
Still here.
I came and visited it for a week last year.
Oh my god! Why did I know this?
I wasn't there for Rosie. I was there for the Camaro.
Dude, in the universe I was at, the goddamn Camaro was taken by the shop people.
Yeah, man, that was
there is justice in the system, dude. That just made my heart sing. Right
I mean, it's not in great. She's not in great shape, but she's with me. She's still with me.
That's all that matters, dude.
So you go to Alpha finally. Then you went to the East Coast, right?
Yeah. So after Alpha, I think I spent another year or two there. I don't really remember, man. Time frames are fuzzy. At about like 10 years, I think I was like at 10 years or so, like that. They sent me to the East Coast.
You did a Mew with Alpha though, right?
No, or yes, yeah, I did do a Mew. Yeah, I did which Mew did we do? I forgot. The 15th.
The 15th.
Okay.
You're the 30 worst.
So I did the 30. I don't know why they call it that, man. It was fucking dope. I loved it.
Man.
It was
15th was garbage. It was so bad.
The 31st was so nice, man. Like, everyone was fucking drunk. Like, leadership was fucked up. I remember getting word through Facebook. Like, I get, like, my gunny's like, hey, where's your platoon sergeant at? I'm like, bro, I've not seen him in, like, 2 weeks.
Man, we were robbed, bro.
He's like, your boys are off. I'm like, thank fucking God, because we are fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, we were robbed. They didn't even let us stay the night places because he was like, you guys all suck and I hate you. Yeah. It's probably because I laughed at him for crying, bro. I didn't know.
You know who showed up late to formations? The leadership.
Yeah.
Then remember that we all got fucking me, you, and they tried to put me on a working. They put me on a working party for it, which was not even a punishment because I got to get the fuck out of the berthing. But it was me, you, and was it you, Nard? It was me. I know it was me and Rosie. We were in Singapore. And they're like, the captain says 1 o'clock. They said, we suggest you get back by midnight. And we're like, oh, yeah, we don't care about your suggestions. And got back when the captain said.
We made it there at 1, yeah.
We made it right there, right on time. Hammered as shit. And then I'm laughing. I'm like, dude, why didn't you just say you wanted us back at midnight, bro? I thought you just said suggested. I don't, like, are we fucking? Or I don't know. I don't fucking. It feels like I'm getting fucked.
Was it chow hall duty that they put us on or something like that?
Dude, that was what I did when I first got there. When I ended up running the chow hall, playing Xbox in the Navy berthing afterward. So that was my punishment there. And then they put me on a working party where all I had to do was just bash shit. You just get a heavy stick and just hit the deck as hard as you can to break the shit up. And so I sat out there for like 6 hours just bashing shit, getting praised because all the Navy guys are fat. I'm like, oh, thank this guy. And they're throwing Gatorades at me. And I'm fucking like just Captain Morgan on the fucking ship. It was badass, man. I like hard physical. As I mentioned before, I take jobs where there's a heavy bit of physical work. I like it.
I like, you know who I was talking to? I was talking to Layden the other day, man, talking to him about fucking the hair, like doing the barbershop and how like, that vibe, man, that I had at the barbershop.
I know.
Spot, man. Like, I love doing the barbershop.
I need a barber, bro. Honestly, I've been cutting my own hair to get the fade down, and I got the fade down. So, did you ever get the scissors? Because that was your only problem, is you never did the scissors. Or you were just jealous that my hair parallels yours when I grow it. That might be it too.
Yours was so easy to fade, though. That's what it was. Yours was just very easy to fade.
But it has the lines. It has the lines, the natural lines.
Basically, everywhere we went, you had a barbershop. Like, you had a barbershop in Iraq. And it's not
Bridgeport.
It was us sitting on an ammo crate and you being like, sit the fuck down, I'm going to cut your hair. However you like it. And you're live with it until your next haircut.
Right, and a man who truly loves hair.
Bridgeport was in a closet. Both Mojave Vipers, you had...
The barbershop, yeah. I mean, I was paid in cigarettes and Red Bull, but
dude, I love the second or the third, whatever platoon we were the shit, whatever numbers. But you guys, I was a latecomer. I was in Shady Ones initially, while we were
Right.
big offer fires. But I come in, and you guys have some sort of honor code of it kind of reminds me of, I don't know if you guys watch the new Lion King with your kids, with the Machindago, except for no fighting. I don't know. You remember the time where you lost your hair at CAX, where you had bet your hair to Andrew in something. I don't even remember. It was
dice,
like,
man.
Yeah, that dice. The fucking, I love the dice. I love the dice.
I lost so much money playing dice in CAX that year.
Fuck, I forgot all about it was dice. I thought it was like the games we were playing.
I got your hair.
Dude, that was the most painful fucking experience of my life, man.
You cried.
I did cry. I shed tears.
I begged Andrew to let you keep it. I was like, let him keep his fucking hair, man.
That was okay. Here's the thing. So Nard told me later. Go ahead, Nard.
I told you that you could beg me to keep it, and you were begging. You were like, please, I will do anything, and then I fucking,
yeah.
But Nard told me like Nard told me later that he was actually planning on letting me keep it, but I like flinched.
Yeah.
Or something. I think that was like, yeah, man. So it was gone.
It was like a joke and everything was funny, but this shit got real. Like it was.
I lost my soul that day, man.
It was bad.
I got stressed out. I used to be like, Rosie, can I touch your hair? And I would run my hands through his hair, and I'd be like, okay, everything will be all right. As long as this exists. And then
no, he was broken for like a week, dude. He broke him.
Caught me on that day.
I mean, you understand that Native Americans, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they keep their hair. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the culture, bro. You know.
I might as well scalp you.
Dude, that's basically what happened, man. I lost my honor that day. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. No, I share the same hair. The reason why my hair is short is because it's my biggest fear to be bald, and I had to. No, bro, you gotta face your fucking fear. So I shaved my goddamn head, bro. I had long hair. It looks.
I mean,
good.
I've shaved it a few times, man, but it's just you know, it's
doesn't work, bro.
Yeah, no.
I've never seen you bald. I'd be the judge of that, but I get what you're saying.
I can't do it, man. I mean, I just look like a gangbanger, you know. I mean, I get pulled over enough already, so you know.
Yeah.
Driving a Camaro, they're just gonna be like, whoop, you know what I mean, like.
Especially
hey, Bateau, where'd you?
When you were clean shaven and bald, it was
like,
oh yeah. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope, you just crawled out of the back of a moving truck that fucking ditched the border.
Like you might be all right out here. If you came out here, you probably wouldn't get pulled over for being.
Probably just get straight shot, but yeah.
No, it ain't so bad. No.
You saying it the way you just it ain't so bad. Like
no, I did. You didn't see my I worked for some people that said some just. I had to just. I even liked the guy, but it's like, dude, you were conditioned. You want to judge people, but you literally woke up and were going to run this business from day one, and your dad taught you well, and you hold it. I mean, well, fuck you, bro. And you pay. I don't want to get into that shit. No. The way you pay. I saw that. I saw what you pay for your pay and what this job was worth, and me and you are the only two people on this train. And I know goddamn well you can't do this job without me. You could probably find another piece of shit, but you tell me all the time I'm a great worker, and I already know that I'm a fucking good worker. If you want to keep a brother, you got to come off that fucking money at least, but he wouldn't do that, so fuck you. Nobody, you can't expect somebody to get ahead off $12 a fucking hour in this day and age. Let's do some math and throw in some equations and look at science that you people don't accept is why the world's going to burn, or if you keep voting for stupid people.
No. We're at just over an hour and a half. You got time, Rosie, or you got to go?
I'm good. I've got like all.
Oh, you good still? You want to?
I'm good. I need to go get a lighter, but keep the show. I mean, I guess. Like, whatever you guys feel like talking about, I just don't work. I see him. I don't. It's fucking good to see you, bro. So
I forgot to. I was going to ask you before we started recording if there's anything off limits, and I have a specific story in mind. But
wait, I'm going to go get a lighter, but wait for that story.
Okay.
If it's passable.
Yeah. So, Rosie, it's at your discretion if you want to talk about it. But do you have a guess on what I would be talking about?
There's so many stories that probably shouldn't be fucking sold. So, I mean, give me a...
It involved... Okay, I was a boot. It was an operation. And your roommate was not very nice to you after your operation.
Oh, my God. Yeah, no, I'm good. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no, that's a great fucking story. Dude. Okay. That one has to... All right. I have like 3 rules for life, man. So nothing bigger than a finger goes in my ass. Don't fuck up my car. Don't fuck up my tattoos. That's, you know what I'm saying? And everything else is pretty much on the table.
All right. When Joey gets back, I want to hear about that. But
right.
So you got you went to the East Coast and you met up with Willis, right?
Yeah. So he was my company commander actually.
Okay. And
so,
he was a captain or a major?
He was a captain. Yeah. So for context, yeah, he was my fucking first or second platoon.
He was my first.
Yeah. So your first platoon commander, right? Yeah. Okay. So for context, yeah. So I ran up to him.
On my first time, he was our platoon commander.
Yeah. Yeah. So I fucking forget everybody who's going. Yeah. Like they just all blurs after a while, man. So. But yeah, he was my.
Do you remember the first thing he said to us when Staff Sergeant Canaway introduced him that first time?
No.
He's like, "Gentlemen, I look forward to taking you to war." we all looked at each other and we're like, "Did this guy just fucking say that?" Like,
I mean, that's an honestly would be a fucking wonderful thing to say if it came from somebody who like
wasn't above
the war.
He wasn't fresh out of fucking his school.
To be fair, though, I'm pretty sure I said some shit like that to your. I'm gonna take a piss while we do this. Is that like allowed?
Oh yeah, dude. I would have pissed but I have a headset and shit.
You can mute it if it's gonna be allowed. But
I don't know.
We're G rated now. We gotta censor up P.
Okay, hold on. All right, hold on.
When I publish it, I put that it's not for fucking children. So. But so Joey, for context, the story that I was thinking of was Rosie. When I was a boot, wanted to get an operation on himself, but either
I already know.
Pay for it or I didn't go out and do it. But
I was gonna ask. I didn't know that. That was sensitive, dude. I was gonna bring that up without even asking him.
I don't think it was sensitive, man.
I actually have a legitimate scientific question because I do not. I didn't feel that I had a good enough standing in this last childbirth of my son. But my wife's like, "Why didn't you fight for the rights to have, you know?"
I mean, we're like avoiding saying it, but like not.
Well, I don't want to take away from your story.
Yeah, because, I got you. No, yeah.
Let's let the story, and then I'm gonna go back to that question if you can remember.
But I will say that even before that, I have seen this area of his body before and after the operation.
No,
I prefer it after.
I mean, I always remember this said appendage as a lovely appendage because remember me and you were sitting stark naked. Well, we had socks on. And this is how fucked up the military was. We were next door to the female berthing on ship, Marine female berthing, okay, people? We were in no way, shape, or form even allowed to look in there or breathe their way, essentially, without getting rank taken or threatened to have our rank taken. Well, me and Rosie are minding our own business in our own goddamn berthing, having a conversation. We just happen to not be wearing clothes at this particular conversation. Meanwhile, Cochise is sitting in the middle, so he has my appendage on one side of his screen and then Rose's appendage on one side of the screen playing StarCraft. And we're probably talking for a good hour to change. And then we look over and all the women from fucking the Navy, all the women on that motherfucking ship, we're sitting there just watching with popcorn and just having a good. And we're like, what the fuck, dude? We can't even look at you. We can't even like. They're just sitting there
forgot about that,
dude. And I remember like how fucked up. It's just how fucked up the rules were, and how like I'm sorry to be like the ball. Okay, so back in the '90s, we might have been sexist against women and shit, but now we're in the whole other side of the fucking pendulum. All right, it's a little out of hand. Is all I'm saying. Is like.
All right, Rosie, are you ready?
All right, yeah. How do you got a planned introduction for the story or something, or do we?
Okay, so Rosie, you decided you were like, what, 19, 20?
No, dude, I had to have been like 22, I think. 21, 22.
Well, if you're this was in 08.
Fuck, I don't know. Was I? No, yeah, maybe I was like 20. I was probably like 20, 21. I think it was 21.
So you decide to get circumcised.
Yeah. So that's the story, right? So first of all, I want you guys to understand what would happen was when Shaw found out that I had my foreskin still, Shaw would challenge me to shove things into the foreskin to see the biggest thing I could put in there. You know what I mean? So like 50 cal rounds, and, like a 9mm round. And he loved it because I could shoot the 9mm round out. And I mean, I could get like 3-4 feet. Yeah.
Why didn't you record this in fucking feet? This is bullshit.
It wasn't a common, like cell phones weren't common. You know what I'm saying? So
should be glad for technology.
Yeah, I mean, well, I wish I had it now because it'd be great to, but yeah. So I mean, so I decided to like fucking get it circumcised. So I was just kind of tired of looking at it, and then it's so when you have foreskin, like it's like it just fucking like you gotta have a grasp on it. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, it's like a fucking fire hose just going off. You know what I mean? It's not.
No, I have a very small penis. I don't know what you mean.
But yeah, so I decided to get circumcised. Now I'll go into the story on what happens when you get circumcised, at least through the Marine Corps at 21, right, or whatever. All right. So this is what happened. The first thing you do is you need to get a consultation. So of course you have to go to fucking BAH and tell them like, hey, I want to get circumcised, and they're like, okay, we'll set an appointment with a urologist or urology. Roger that. You go to urology. First thing I get introduced to is like there's this really cute fucking girl sitting at the fucking front thing there, yeah, at the reception, and I'm like, "What's up? I'm here to get just take a little off the top, And so she's like, yeah, okay, name whatever, I guess. So I get assigned in, and this guy, right? First, so I gotta go. First thing they got to do is they got to inspect it to make sure you don't got any fungus or any crazy lacerations or anything crazy going on, and they can check it out, right? It's the first thing they got to do. So they take this Navy corpsman, and he's in there. He's got his gloves on, and he starts looking around in there. And I was like, "You must love this job, bro." And he's like, "Yeah, it's great, So he starts doing his thing, and they do like a little cotton swab, and nothing crazy, but that's it. That's the consultation. Make sure your shit's clean. And then they're like, "All right, go up front. You set an appointment, and they'll, that's for it's clean. Set your appointment. Roger that." So I don't meet the doctor yet, right? So I go. A week passes. I show up, and once again meet the cute girl at the reception. I don't know if it's like a cruel joke that they do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because like, is she gonna perform the operation? Because I'm down, but that's not what happens,
dudes.
So I go, yeah. So I go in, meet my actual doctor, right? And the doc's like, he's like, all right, hey, so we're gonna do the circumcision, and he kind of walks you through what they're gonna do, right? And I was like, hey, doc, if you can do this, like, if while you're down there, man, if you can like add a couple inches, I don't know how this shit works, but if you can add like an inch or two down there, like, I'm down, right? And he's like, he's like, we'll see what we can do. And here's the thing. So I'm like, they're explaining what they're going to do, right? And what they do is they put this whole thing's a fucking mess, man. They put these electropads like around your genitals to keep like the blood flow, I think, away from it, so you don't bleed too much.
I already don't like this. I don't know why you did this. Why would you do this to yourself? But anyway.
Yeah, well, I mean, it looks nice, man. It's real clean. It's like getting a fresh haircut. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like getting a really good fade, and you walk out and you're like, oh, okay, I look good, right?
I can't even wait. So you don't regret this decision?
I don't, but so this is where shit gets weird, man, because not weird, but I've got the electropads going and whatever, and he starts doing it, and he explains to me everything that I can and can't do for the next like few weeks, right? So the first thing is you can't have sex for 6 weeks, which I was like, fuck, that's gonna be rough. You know what I'm saying? But okay. And then you can't even have an erection for 4 weeks.
Oh, right? No, that was what oh my God. 4 weeks?
So for 4 weeks, you're not supposed to get an erection. They give you these little ammonia tablets. You know when people pass out and you break them and you can, like the smelling salts?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's what they give you. They give you that to keep, so every time you start to get an erection, you smell it and it'll bring it back down. Yeah. So and this is detrimental.
Did it work?
Later. It works, and it's detrimental to the story. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Once we get there. So we got to get through the whole, like, so I'm laying down on this thing, right? And I got these electropads on me. This is going to be disgusting, I think. I don't know, but whatever. I got the electropads on me. Doc's down there, and he's kind of inspecting everything, making sure everything looks good. He says to me, he says, he's like, I don't know what you're complaining about. You're working with some pretty good stuff here. Like, I've got a lot of people that would complain, that would want what you got. And I'm like, listen here, Doc. You said no sex for 6 weeks. You can't be hitting on me right now. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, all right, right. And then
he was Navy, of course, for those of you that
yeah. So I got these electro pads going, right? And this whole time I'm like messing with him, kind of joking with him, and I was like, hey, that kind of tickles, man. That feels pretty good. I like what you're doing down there, right? And so he's doing the cut, and they don't cut the way you think, man. They don't just like cut off the top and then that's it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They cut off the top, like they cut up the top and then cut a base from the base from the top, and then they sew the top back to the base. So I wasn't aware of that. I thought it was just a quick little and then you know what I mean?
Yeah, like.
So he's doing. I
guess that would make sense though.
Yeah, it does. I guess. I mean, logistically, but he's doing his little cut, whatever, and I'm like. And the thing is, here's what things get kind of gross, because like those electro pads, like you can't really feel anything, but I could feel the electricity. You know what I'm saying? So, and there's a lot of blood going on, and I don't know, but that electricity kind of got me, man. So I was like, and then just blood and cum just all over me. It was just a mess. And at that point,
That's true. Wait a second. You fucking
yeah, man.
in
So
my
at that
pads.
point, I felt a little uncomfortable being there, but I was like,
well, okay, but you were G-rating the shit out of this. At what point did you get the erection? Did you get? Was it all just?
I didn't get an erection from. That's the thing, because I can feel the vibrate, or like the electricity, but there's no erection.
Well,
you get what I'm saying?
I gotta take notes. What was the volts and the joules?
I mean, what would milk you?
Yeah, it basically just milked me, man. So it just kind of, it didn't even like splurt out like it normally would. We're usually shooting ropes, This time it was just kind of like oozing. It was just oof,
Did it feel nice though?
I mean, it was nice. Yeah, I mean, he cleaned me up real quick because you can't have blood or whatever.
He cleaned me up. Oh no.
I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying. It was kind of like when you go get one of those massages, you know what I'm saying? Like,
bro.
You pay the extra the extra $15.
That must have been a really shitty. Like at the time it happened, it must have.
It was a little awkward, but I mean, at this point, I have to go with it. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. It's not like you can come back another day.
I mean, I gave him a good tip. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever. But he cleans me up and he cuts the foreskin. He's like, all right, we're all done. And I was like, and he's like, you want to see it? And I was like, yeah. And he pulls it up, and it's got it like he stretches it out, man. It's like a whole full sheet of paper, like 8.5 by 11 inches. Like it's I was like, damn, that's a lot of skin, man. You can write a fucking 5-paragraph order on it. I didn't realize.
Why didn't you keep it and do that? That would have been great.
So that's the thing. So that's what I asked him next. I was like, hey, can I keep that? And he goes, I'm kind of afraid to ask why. I was like, well, there's a couple of reasons. One, I was like, I want a memento. And two, if my boots start acting up and I tell him I'm a cock slap him, I can hit him with it. And it's technically true.
It's not a 5-paragraph order that they have to read after they.
Yeah. So he's like, well, I'm not going to do that for 2 reasons. One, that's a biohazard. And two, like, I feel sorry for your boots. And then at some point he said, you are one of the weirdest Marines I've ever met in my life. And I told him, I was like, I get that a lot. So, but yeah, so he's like, well, I'm going to set your follow-up for 6 weeks once it's all healed. And I'm like, roger that, right? Cool. So he's like, you can make your appointment with the reception and, for 6 weeks from now. I'm like, roger. So I go out to the receptionist. She's still looking fine. So I'm like, what's up, girl? See you in 6 weeks, right? And then so Shaw's the one that's coming to come pick me up. So they give me my prescription, and Shaw comes pick me up, which is the worst person to fucking have pick you up after a fucking surgery like that, right?
Never show weakness.
They have my dick wrapped up like in a little cast too. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm all excited about it because I can't wait to get back to the barracks and have everybody sign it. I mean, there's only room for like 3 signatures, but still. So I'm waiting.
But
here's
full
the
signatures with like first and last name, bro.
So here's the shitty thing though, man. I'm sitting there waiting at the fucking in line to get the medication, the ammonia tablets to keep me from getting an erection, right? Well, the drugs are starting to wear off. The shit that the numbing agent, the anesthesia is starting to fucking wear off. So like, and then, they got some good looking women at the naval hospital, you know what I mean? Like all picking up their birth control and shit. So I'm like, fuck. So next thing I know, just like, I'm like in fucking pain. crying. Shaw's like laughing his fucking ass off, but I'm in fucking pain because like I've got like a full blown heart on it. For whatever reason, pain turns me on even more. So now it's like you know what I'm saying? I'm just a fucking mess, man. And you could tell people are like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? Like, why does he keep grabbing his crotch, staring at me, and in pain and coming all at the same time? You know what I mean? So I'm making a lot of women uncomfortable.
All right, Ed, question: Are you in camis?
Coming. I like how
yeah.
That's just a.
Oh no, I was in PT gear. I think actually, okay. Yeah, I think I was in like yeah. I think I can't really remember.
Asking a Marine not to get a fucking so the relevance of you smelling. Where's that? You said that was relevant.
No, we'll get there.
Oh shit!
I see, Caldwell. I didn't even know about this part. I was talking only about the other part. I'm in heaven right now.
Yeah, this is fucking go. Keg. Coming. I'm gonna go get my shocker and put it on my balls like after this. I hope you fucking know.
Take a taser, bro. Just take a taser, put it right into the nacho. It just, you know what I mean? And then
maybe I should be more welcoming to electricity because that's interesting.
Okay, so you're in line. You're in.
Got a boner? You coming everywhere?
Yeah, dude. I'm like, the thing is, I wish I could properly explain how uncomfortable I was making everyone, because I know that I was like. Just like, oh man, like
please tell me blood was like kind of seeping through your shorts. It was obvious,
dude, because some girl would walk past in a beautiful little summer dress, you know, and just kick up at the right angle, and I'm like, ooh, you know what I mean? Like, it's just fucking weird. You know what I'm saying?
You couldn't help it, and you couldn't hurt like a motherfucker.
Yeah, you know, I mean, but.
Holy
so anyway, we get back to the fucking barracks, and of course, Shaw's hitting every possible bump on the way home. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then, yeah.
And then you took away his fucking play toy that you would shoot 9mm out for him. I'm sure he was devastated.
Yeah. And so, first person to sign the cast was Smiley, which was great because it's a little smiley face, you know, at the head of my dick.
I saw the picture of the cast now.
You remember it now, right?
Yeah.
You remember the picture?
It was a red face, wasn't it?
I don't remember if it was
red, bro.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Don't ask me.
It was done with a matte pen.
I saw it live in 2008.
Yeah. So
I live like 2 rooms or like 3 rooms down from you. I saw it.
That was a fucking
thing. So I did that, right? And then so this thing is they give you these ammonia tablets, right? Those smelling salts, and they give you a little jar to keep them in. So you crack it and you keep it in this jar. And the other thing was I was putting little tick marks, so every time I got an erection, you know. And I think after day 3, I was at like 140 or some ridiculous amount, some like ridiculous amount.
But anyway, 22.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm like 21, 22. I'm at like the height, you know what I mean, the prime.
In California.
So, but anyway, so I've got this roommate, you know, you guys might remember him, good old Eli Todich, right? And he just thought it would be hilarious to just fucking play porn, you know what I'm saying, like a full volume. In the barracks room, which is like, I'm like, you fucker, like what what a horrible way to wake me up. And then I start reaching for my fucking ammonia tablets, which are gone. This fucker hit him. So I'm like running around the fucking barracks, like just fucking in pain, man. Like, and for whatever reason, like I said, the pain just kind of like arouses me more. So it's just, I couldn't get out of, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I left the room, but it wasn't like, it was still painful. I don't know, man. And it was like just the fucking worst, man. The worst. Because what it is like you have stitches around it, man. So like if you get an erection, it starts engorging, and then you start popping stitches and shit, you know.
But then that makes you just want to fucking just rip.
Yeah, but then you're just like
rip to them stitches. Yeah, motherfucker. I know what you're saying. I feel you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I feel you. It's like
what?
I don't know if it's a Marine Corps issued, but I still get it. I mean, obviously, Andrew has low testosterone here and has 3 children, so I don't know what the fuck it is. But getting an erection is an important part of every Marine's life.
Yeah. I mean, we just go around comparing them. It doesn't even matter if it's small. You got proud of them. You know what I mean?
You're
just showing
yeah.
Right? So.
You can't. Yeah, it's just you got to.
Luckily,
if you believe in that sort of thing.
Off of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. I've done it.
Lift things with it, like lift your computer with it. Like
Yep.
see, like full in different stages of lifting your computer with it, and then there's trying to fully open your computer.
Remember the coffin racks on the ship?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It would fucking close it on it and be like, fucking handle it. It's like,
Yes. Yes. It was always nice to do it like right when your screen was good and hot too. You'd get a better squish. God, dude. Yeah. That's what I tell people. Like, you get to a point to where it's literally only gay if you like girls. Like the action might be gay or not. Oh, if it's literally gay if you like boys. The action itself might be gay, but it's not gay if it's a job. You see?
No.
It's not gay if it's not gay if you're wearing boot bands. It's not gay if you wore camis that day.
But I mean, you put boot bands around your dick. That was a cock ring for me. So I'd be
like, yeah, it helps to get thicker. It thickens if you got to tighten it. Me, I had to tighten it 4, 5, 7 times.
Yeah, I mean, I basically had to use a shirt stay maxed out, but
Fuck, dude. Well, luckily, like for those of you listening, luckily, the creator, whatever, has a sense of humor. Because thank God that the way to get a lady off is just a couple inches in and up, and then another little spot. I didn't know anything about that until I did sex ed in college. By the way, I didn't at all know how to pleasure a woman with my mouth until sex ed in college.
I still don't know how to do it.
Dude, go take sex ed. When you take the sex ed chapter in college, I swear, it changes.
Men are so much easier. I'm just gonna stick to men, I think.
Do that, not gay if it's a job.
I shouldn't even joke about that actually, because
Well, right, it's 2020, so in 2020, I always also say if it's gay, it's actually okay, anyways.
Yeah.
Do what you want. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but
I'm not gonna say any names, but you remember when they came out to us, like, hey, I'm bi. I'm like, nigga, I'm like, I know that.
I don't want to offend anybody.
Like, I know you're gay. Just shoot straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't care. We don't care. We don't care if you're gay, man. Just shoot straight. That's all.
Yeah, try to say bye to ease it. I like girls too.
It's like we all knew before you knew, dude. Like, we know. We were over here critiquing our favorite porn stars and their most notable actions and maneuvers, and you were over there fucking knitting a sweater and shit. Like,
yeah. See, here's the kicker for like I had never. Well, it turns out that the entire basketball team of every female that I went to school with is all gay now, but I did not know because I was in such a Bible thumping area. I'd never had an encounter with the homosexual before. So when I first met Williams, I was like freaking the fuck out. I was freaking the fuck out. And I said his name. But I was freaking the fuck out. And then I just like really had super mind blowing epiphany that, oh. And then he was like, dude, yeah, I think Blanche is hot. Don't you think you're hot? I'm like, what? You motherfucker! You don't think I'm hot?
I was just mad that he was. The thing that upset me was that he was not attractive. You know what I mean? He didn't find me attractive. That's
what pissed me off.
That's upsetting, bro.
That made me so. When he said that, I stopped caring about gay or straight. I got mad.
If it makes you feel better, man, I totally would have banged you.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah. I still might.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta shave this beard first that I've tried to go for several weeks.
I did enjoy the boyish charm that you had before. So
McCready was divert the attention to McCready being your favorite.
Oh, McCready could get it. I've been
Scott Jr.
Yeah, these. Yes, I heard that. They say I've never seen Shaw in person. I don't think. I spaced out a lot. I probably may have. I don't know.
I cried when he left.
That's so crazy. All right, we had some pretty cool legends and shady ones. You know, Mendez was one of them. Saunders. Like Saunders,
there was something wrong with Saunders, but like the right kind of wrong.
Yeah. For the Marine Corps, yeah. Yeah, he was.
There's something to say when your lullabies are literally machine guns. You know what I mean?
Like no shit, man. No shit. There's like he's like, you know how you just explained what you would do in a fight. It's exactly what Saunders do. There's no. I explains like, dude, I could grapple with him, and I know like we'd match real well. Like he really couldn't just overtake me, and I really couldn't just overtake him. But it got to the point where I was like, dude, I don't even care anymore. He's just fucking like he is a machine of war, and he will. And though at that time we were equals, it's like now I don't even fully care about grappling. I still do like martial arts karate workouts, but as far as like like that dude's probably trained and is probably a master martial artist at this point. Like that's how dedicated he is.
He had his own personal set of headspace and timing gears.
Yeah. I mean, but he apparently started out just like how you described, just terrible. But he's like now.
No, he wasn't. He's hard on himself, man, because he was my gunner when I was a boot. He was my gunner.
Yeah.
And he was fucking honestly like. The seniors didn't like him, but we fucking loved him because we knew who he was. You know what I'm saying? I remember we had a competition on who was like the best gunner. They put up like a bunch of 2x4s out somewhere, and like who could chop it down the fastest. Saunders was the only one to even chop it down in the fucking first place, and he chopped it down in like a fucking minute. Took a saw, cut a board in half, perfectly. Like he was insane, man.
Dude, I could drive blindfolded with him as my fucking gunner. I'd just literally drive blindfolded and gun it.
He was not trash ever. He was never trash. Ever. He thinks he was, but he never fucking was.
Yeah, he was. And he's something else, man.
Guitar, dude. I remember he would put on concerts in the squad bay. That's how he sounded reveille in the morning. Was he put Metallica on his guitar as loud as he could?
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be one thing that, like, if I could go back in time, I would have taken his lessons more serious because I was a dumb punk, kind of, and I was a lot like you. Like, I got through school just because, I didn't have anybody pushing me. Basically, I got through because I made it, but I didn't exactly try because I didn't give a shit and didn't want to try too hard at school. I was just gonna be a Marine the whole time because of fucking commercial. I was like, yeah, bro, I could climb a mountain and slay a dragon. That's dumb.
Like my philosophy the last part of high school was just got to graduate. That's all I gotta do.
That's it. Just D's. D's was passing. Now I go to school now. It's B's are passing. Guess what I make? Fucking literally B's. If you want to make me make an A, then let's make the standards A. Okay. But let's face it. It's an unfair evaluation of your knowledge. The tests are very. There might be 1% of the knowledge you just accumulated in whatever the fuck it was that you did. So, anyway, things that we need to get better. Love society. Things we need to work on. Not saying let's not break shit, people. That's not what I'm saying. Challenge leadership, of course, because I think it.
No, just burn it all to the ground, man. Just burn it all to the ground. I said we just burn it all to the ground.
I'm with you guys. That's okay. I mean that's okay too. Honest to God, because we didn't if we can keep our knowledge of what we know about things, yes, let's just have a party and burn it all to the fucking ground then, because it started off pretty shitty. All right, it started off pretty fucking shitty, and the things I hear people say, and I know that they don't know any better. They don't fucking know any better. But I was like, I wish you could fucking meet these people. But whenever I was in the Marine Corps, I was thinking about home. I get back home, I'm thinking about the guys in the Marine Corps because I get home and I could see the flaws. I invented this thing to survive in the Marine Corps and blah, blah. I'd go back and do some things different. But I probably, stayed in the Marine Corps, had the experience. I don't know, I'm glad I'm here where I'm at, but it's fucking funny how you are one way, but you go to a different culture and you come back and you see how you were fucked up. Like, how your culture was the fucked up culture. And all the things that you didn't think could happen. And you're like, whoa. And it's the shit we did with you guys is why just dude, shut the fuck up about illegals. Like, some of them are shitbags and some of them do shitty things. But then on the other hand, I served with 10 illegals that their parents were illegal. That were just trying to get their parents' green card. And they're more American than you. Because one guy told me, well, I would register to vote, but then they can draft you. I can't believe you just fucking say that to me, dog. You just fucking say that to me? Like, that's why we signed up. Just so fucking bitches like you wouldn't have to. Like, nobody would want you to go in, dog. Nobody would want you to fucking be there. We were all there because we wanted there.
Nobody wants you here. That's all, don't worry about it.
Nobody fucking, exactly. It's like, dude, nobody, when we got there, that's why they have you under a fucking contract, because nobody wants to fucking be there because you realize quickly that's kind of bullshit.
You know what's funny is I was thinking about this the other day. You remember?
Cheese balls.
So if I'm gonna say a word and I want you to tell me, I'm gonna say 2 words. I want you to tell me who it is in your life or in the military. The wizard.
Huh.
You know Joey?
The Wizard?
Yeah.
Okay, so wait. Let's reset. In our platoon,
No,
Italian,
Italian.
the Wizard.
The Wizard.
Nope.
Do you know Rosie, right? Who is it?
We're talking about, like, wait.
No, I don't know shit. I spaced out.
We're talking about the what? No, that wasn't on your deployment though.
No, the nickname that we gave this person, that this billet, I guess you would call it.
Okay, so psych.
Huh?
The psych. Just like the psychology, right? Psychologist.
It was the chaplain.
Or well, yeah.
Because if you went and talked to the chaplain and told him that you were having problems, you would fucking disappear. He would fucking
yeah. Because he would send you straight to he would send you straight to psychology, and then like they can't keep you at all.
And you're gone. You're no longer combat effective, and you're fucking. Boop. That's
Yep.
He's the wizard. He had the power to make you disappear.
If it was a same. See, that's why I said when I came into your platoon, I came in late. It was a different culture, so that's why I don't. The nicknames.
I've heard that from a lot of
people. Yeah. I always every time I hear the wizard, I always hear it either psychology or well at least the first step of it, which in our case was the chaplain. But yeah.
Yeah, yep, chaplain. He stayed with us through the first and second. I got to know him on the second deployment. He's a pretty cool guy, actually.
Well, I remember we had Rosie. It might have been your truck in Iraq. We like picked up like the regimental chaplain or something. And we got yelled at because of how dirty and fucking unprofessional we were in the back of the truck. Because it was like it was no, I think it was Van Daren's truck, the 6x.
I had the 6x. Yeah, no, that was me.
Was it? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and
because I had to pick up everybody. Like I had the female team, the FET teams with me, and
it was the same mission that the ECP like green dazzled Sergeant Rod. And he fucking jumped out and lost his shit.
Okay.
Yep. But we get back and like an hour later they make us fall out and they're like, we can't believe you fucking showed your asses like that in front of them because we were just like telling dead baby jokes and fucking like and it was like like he's like a fucking major basically.
Well, who else did we have though? We had that corpsman with us too. Do you remember? Like. I think he was like I think he was like the regimental, whatever. I forgot. Like
wasn't he like a regimental surgeon or something like that?
Yeah, some shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I was under the impression that that's all we had. I didn't realize that we had the chaplain with us. So that's kind of why I was being like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I probably would have been a little more professional, but I was only aware that we had the regimental.
Yeah. It was.
So they should have probably briefed me on that. That's on them.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then the females, I remember the female team that we had back there, and they fucking hated me, telling me I was a fucking asshole.
Do you remember that one that had like a bigger mustache than anybody in the platoon? She was hairy, like.
I can't remember her name, but yeah, I remember her.
The one that like stunk up the truck, and it was like, you can't fucking be in our truck. You have to get out of like, this is bad. Like, we've been in the field for like 2 weeks. Like, you need to reevaluate your choices. Like,
and like, I just remember like, they asked I think they asked McCready like, is he always an asshole? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, he's not an asshole. That's Rosie.
I'm like, well, because they took forever to do it. And like, I need to take a piss. And I was like, well, you can come out here. I was, what do you want me to do? They're like, well, can you ask somebody out here if they have a bathroom nearby? I was like, we're in Iraq.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Trust me, out here is better than anything you're going to find in there.
Whatever. Yeah. And yeah, I guess there was a complaint. They put a complaint about me. And then, like, Lieutenant Willis talked to me about it, and he's like, what's up that guy? He was like, what happened? And I was like, they wanted to take a piss or something. I told them just to take a fucking piss. I was like, either that or go in a bottle. And then and he's like, all right. Like, he just let it go. He's like, yeah, it sounds like they're fucking. I was like, yeah, dude, just, yeah.
Dude,
Whatever.
that guy, good old Willis. He was just. I mean,
I loved and hated that guy. Like, I never found, like, I was like, it took me a while to kind of, like, come around to him, but I ended up, like, actually really respecting him, especially after he became my company commander. But when he was my platoon commander, I had to, like, I was really slow to warm with him because I wasn't too sure how I felt about him. But
he was a mysterious character. He just, like, he tried to be motivated or something. He was like, whoa. He just did this head movement all the time just to motivate it. I don't know how to describe it. I can't describe it in words. But one of the fun things I enjoyed seeing on a day, just the fun people and the different kinds of people you meet. Definitely a very notable character, that one. I'm not sure about his leadership either. It was all a shit show in the way I remember it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing. Like I said, when you're junior like that, when you're young, like you don't know. You honestly don't know who's good. I mean, people could just tell you that the guy's good and you'll follow it. You know what I mean?
Yep, didn't care. I had the people who I had Joel, there was you, there's all the homies. I was cool. It's wherever we went, I didn't give a shit. I knew we were fucked either way. The one thing is like we're fucked, and then it turned into like, okay, so since we want to go to war, it's probably not gonna fucking happen. Like the Islamabad thing, dude, I was so fucking stoked about that. I was like, yes, they're probably just lying to us. I bet they're just fucking lying to us to get us pumped up.
Yep. Yeah.
Because these are some deployment dodging motherfuckers. I could already tell they want to talk about how hard their life as a civilian on the streets were, but you're dodging a deployment. That's why we don't have real leaders that are wanting to go to someplace shitty. I don't want to. Whatever, they're real leaders, but just fuck off, you're a deployment dodger.
So
it's like your first deployment is with us on the bullshit deployment. You know, it was had its little. We got to know what it felt like in Iraq on OP Green to get shot at, sure, but like I was thinking Black Hawk Down, not like a bad episode of Cops. And then people are like, wait, and I tell it to civilians, and Rosie's talking about going overboard. Okay, so like I had this Air Force guy that everybody's like, thank you for service. He's sitting in front of the class just fucking eating it up, and then he goes into a story about a shitbag Air Force guy left his rifle somewhere, and the Terps simply tried to bring the rifle back, and they're like, we had to draw on him, you know, and he was doing the motions of drawing on him, and they're like, yeah, what was it like being in the rain? I was like, well, this one time, this kid, the way they would measure, you know, I didn't explain that the way that they would measure you is how they react. Is like it wouldn't have mattered if I would have told them that anyway. The reaction would have been the same, but the way they would measure you, we all know that. I've explained it. They see what the kids do. They'll send their kids out, and they'll see what you do when they throw a rock at the rear of the vehicle. We got videos. We got intel. We got videos of motherfuckers getting fucked up that recently literally just happened. So I didn't explain all that. I just went straight into, well, this one time, this kid threw a rock at our vehicle. We fucking held the entire fucking, because I thought you're being cool for pulling a fucking gun on some innocent people, so I thought I was going to one-up them by being like, we just boondock saints an entire fucking neighborhood. We had them on their knees. I can still hear their screams. It was so awesome. And then, I mean, talk about failed that class. Like, never talk to me again. Never ask me another question. Later that night, I go out to him, and then I tell him the same. You remember the Shaka Zulu story? This is Missouri, people. The Shaka Zulu story that, and my wife will confirm because I was gone. Remember the battalion commander told us how Shaka Zulu came to be and how African culture wasn't actually a violent culture before war happened. Well, I was literally telling a story of this nature, and some fat white guy. There was black people sitting with me, by the way. I had some black people because they were doing a paper on, did the white people make them violent? I was like, actually, there's some pretty strong evidence because of war. Maybe not white people in particular, but nature. I mean, whatever we're talking about. Here's how they were before Shaka Zulu happened. They would get on hills and fight, right? And then Shaka Zulu came along and he did his thing, and I explained the whole story. Well, some fucking white guy, fat ass short white guy, comes up and says, "How dare you? I worked with them my whole life," and I'm hammered as shit, just kicking back. I was like, "Them? What the fuck you talking about, bro?" And he's like, "Them." And he's like, "You know what I mean?" He gets like serious. And I'm like, "Whoa, what the fuck, dude?" And he's like, "You know what I mean?" He's like, "I'm talking about black people." I was like, "Dog, did you just fucking listen to what I just said? Did I say anything about fucking black people?" And then he started to open his mouth, and I fucking flipped shit and just started fucking I beat the fuck out of this guy.
Can you still hear his screams?
No, I know. He went down. He just dropped like a thump. He wasn't screaming, and I proceeded to continue to hit him as he was on the ground, not screaming and not exactly moving either, because I just can't stand stupidity. I was like, dude, you're trying to come at me and be a hero? I was like, let me, like, a hero, real life. Welcome to real life. When the hero tries to be a hero, you're gonna get.
Yeah, the hero gets fucked up, man. Yeah.
Except for I wasn't a villain in that tale, but. You
did just knock somebody out. I mean,
violently, like all. It wasn't just.
You're always a villain in somebody's story.
Yeah, man, here's the thing, man. Yeah, you're always a villain in somebody's story.
Yeah, and yeah.
I mean, even like they say, Jesus was perfect, and he was still a villain to somebody. You know, and they still crucified him. So
yeah, they okay. So what they did there is they oh shit, he's fucking up our plans. They killed him. Oh, we were wrong. And they're faking. We were wrong. He was the savior. Now follow what he does, because that's exactly what we do now. Yeah, let's get back to work. So that's how that went down for you. Now, Jesus, I think he kind of meant if he were a human, do as I do, meaning like how I live my life, not worship me like a fucking retard. Oh, and he's not white, by the way. He's yeah, definitely not white. We could all agree to that. So if that turns you off, then Jesus wasn't white. I'm not saying he could still be your Messiah because his teachings were great, whatever, but he wasn't white. So if you can get over that, then we're cool, you know. But I don't. This white Jesus fucking freaks me out. You know how many people actually believe in white Jesus here?
No.
No, it's alarming. It's seriously fucking alarming. It scares me because these are the people like they're not quite putting on suicide vests and exploding, but they're not. Look at Fox News, okay? I was watching that shit. They asked a question. So Donald Trump thinks we should go back to school, and Bill Gates says we shouldn't or something. Well, what is your opinion on whether or not we should go back to schools? Well, Bill Gates is a fucking child molester. I wouldn't have him watch my motherfucking kids. Kill! So there's
Listen though. Here's the thing. We're older now, but like 10 years ago, if somebody asked us the same fucking question about anything about the Marines, like, yo, so the Marines are saying that you should fucking go to war and kill everyone there, or you can you must fucking let's do it. They're brainwashed, and so were we. You know what I mean,
dude? I'm making it my life's work to because I would have fucking literally, and that's we didn't get sent to Islamabad, people. I was going to murder people. I did not care at that point. I was like, I would have fucking killed everything that moved because I thought we were truly gonna die. I was like, oh, this is Taliban. We're fucked.
Oh, we would have died.
We would have died. We were fucking fucked. But man, I would have just killed anything that I could have with me.
Yeah, if they just gave me the free reins, it wouldn't be like, hey, you're allowed to kill whatever you want without getting in trouble. I would have been like, okay, cool. I'll see you guys in a week. I'll be right back when I need ammo.
Even then, I could pick up. Hopefully, I can kill enough people to just gather ammo.
So you remember at Blackhawk, the ECP was a Humvee, right? The front.
Well, after that gate broke or something, I forgot. I don't remember.
No, there was a Humvee parked, and I asked somebody, I was like, "What stops me from walking in my truck that has a Mark 19?" And I put it on that truck, and I just go.
Yeah.
I was like, as long as I don't turn on the BFT, which probably didn't work.
Throw that shit out immediately. Just give him the tools to make an ID. Here you go, fucking fag. But anyway.
I did that in Ferris when they made us police call inside the wire, because after people got caught throwing the piss bottles off, there was a giant pipe, and the kids were right there, and I threw the pipe out, and I was like, hey, give it to your dad. He knows what to do with it. And then
that is so funny. That's what you did.
And then they kicked their soccer ball into it, and the first time I threw it back out, and I was like, okay, mistake. And then it came and it hit me, and so I pulled out my K-bar and I fucking cut it, and I slammed it. I was like, there you go. We won't have that issue again, and we didn't.
Do you feel like a dick about it?
Sometimes.
Now? I mean now. Back then, no. You know what I mean?
Well, now I think about it, I'm like, I could have handled that a little differently.
I feel guilty about a lot of the things that we did.
But after that, I think after Halloween, my grandma had sent me those giant 5-pound bags of candy, assorted candy, and she sent me 2 of those. So I just went to the main gate in Ferris, and I got one kid to come over because I was like a drug dealer, and I held up this bag of candy, and his eyes were I was like, get all the kids. I was like, bring them over here, and they came, and I fucking opened it, and I just threw it over, and then it like turned into like fucking the Royal Rumble. Like
we had the literal Hunger Games, okay? As in we gave all participants candy in the end. They didn't know that. We gave them candy in the end. But what we would do was pair up Iraqi children with Jolly Ranchers, of course, and say, okay, the winner gets the Jolly Rancher. Now fight!
Yeah,
the real Hunger Games, people.
No, see, when I took the K-bar, I put it in the middle, and I was like, all right, who wants this melted Snickers bar? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And we were
Little
taught.
Did they know it was a turd, but whatever.
The turd, yeah. And the media taught us to fucking hate them because they're heathens, and they just.
Dude, yeah, and now I understand why they hate us. You know what I mean? Like I fucking hate us.
Yeah, like you less than us because I'm only single lingual and you're bilingual, so you could literally, if we got smoked, you'd be like, no, I was from Mexico, bro. Fuck. Yeah, dumb American faggots.
I remember once when I was in PSD, we were bringing mail, and you remember that bridge, the military-only bridge where it had the gates on both ends?
Wolverine? No. Tripoli? No.
I don't remember, but
yeah.
We were stopped at it, and I got out, and Towns was my VC. He was the platoon leader, but
fucking legend.
Yeah. Obviously he's having Hackworth was our driver, and he was making Hackworth fucking honk the horn at me, telling me to hurry up, even though we literally just stopped. And so I'm opening it, and I come back, and I'm running back, and there's a kid that gets onto our trailer that had the mail in it, and Towns like just pops his door open, pulls the water bottle, like the 1 liter water bottles, just perfect spirals off of the fucking thing. And like the kid kind of looks at him, and he just like gives him a look like, mm-mm. And then we fucking just pull through, and it was like, that's how we handle that.
Dude, Towns, man.
Wasn't he like in a rugby tournament at like some fucking point in like Ireland when he was supposed to be in formation?
That's the thing. He left. He would just go to play rugby, and he would just leave. Like he'd drop his dog off Cupcake. He'd leave
With
Cupcake.
Me, I was fucking Cupcake's keeper.
And he would go play rugby tournament in Europe.
First sergeant called once, and he was like, I want Towns in my office in 20 minutes. And we were like, roger that, first sergeant. So we all get on the phone, and I think it was Ziegler, like, gets him. And he's like, hey, sergeant, just letting you know, first sergeant wants you. We know that you're probably not around. He wants you in 20 minutes. When can you get here? And he's like, oh, shit, I'll be back, like, next week. He's like, I'm in England right now, and we're in, like, the third fucking round of the tournament. And we were like, how long have you been gone? He's like, when's the last time you saw me? And we're like, I honestly don't know.
Dude, I remember the one time, man, where fucking like Canaway's calling, like, where's Towns at? I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, get him here now. We're like, Roger. Call. Finally get him on the hook. I'm like, hey, Staff Sergeant Canaway wants you here. He's all right, man. I'm around the corner. I'll be right there. And then he shows up in like flip-flops, board shorts, and like a tight little T-shirt, drinking Jamba Juice, right? And he goes, where the fuck were you? He's like, Jamba Juice. He's like, you want some? He like offers it to Canaway. Dude, like, oh my God, bro. Just
dude,
savages, dude. Wasn't he a fan of Fury 2?
On Barcelona Road, it clearly says no bicycles. He would always have a bicycle and somehow a dog. Racing bicycle. Like, where did he put the dog?
It was always some sort of elegant fucking little buttercup dog, too. Like a little primpy, she eats science diet and only the best for this one.
That dog was ugly as fuck, dude.
Oh my God.
So ugly and tried to fuck everything, and it was a female. It's like, what the hell?
It snorted and it farted, and it was, I think it was a dog.
Yeah, they had like so many mental problems. I remember we left it at Wilson's house, and like I had to feed it like 30 different medications like every 2 hours or some shit. Like the thing wanted to die, but it was just not.
And we were in a squad base, so it's not like we couldn't take it off the leash. We had to hide it because the freaking OOD was walking around.
And it was with the duty like twice. I remember that. Whatever. Oh, fuck, dude. whatever.
Yeah, nature.
Like, whose dog is that?
going
Like,
out.
as soon as, dude, whose dog is that? As soon as the towns are like, we're not going to be able to do anything about that.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I guess so. Everybody has had to watch the fucking dog. That just goes to show you what you know. Did you know that I watched the dog? I didn't know you guys watched the dog. So
Yeah,
everybody.
We watched it in the squad base.
Yeah, dude. That's
I remember
what.
He stayed one night. I had just bought. Do you remember the beer pong table? Like it looked like a football field, but it was a beer pong table, and I bought it. And the only night that we had it in the squad base because of how bad it turned out. It was before we moved squad base, so we were still in that second one down, and we played beer pong all night. And Towns was there, and he just got us fucked up. I pissed the bed that I think we had just gotten back. It was the weekend we got back from Bridgeport.
Oh damn, Bridgeport 1 or 2?
We only did Bridgeport once.
Travis did Bridgeport twice. I just missed it. I was in Mike Platoon, but Travis got fucked and went to Bridgeport.
I only did Bridgeport once. But I pissed through the bed, and that was the morning that they were like, "Hey, we're moving squad bays," and I was like, "Fuck!" Like I was still drunk. It was crazy. Like Sadler, everybody, we were fucked up. We drank like a trash of beers. But yeah, then I told Algren, I was like, "Take that fucking table. I don't ever want to see it again." Yeah. But yeah, we're at almost 2.5 hours, so
cool. Yeah, we can call it.
I think we'll call it. And then next time, you got to talk about the Camaro saga. That was
right. Yeah, that was a fucking mess, man.
That was many years worth of fucking.
Yeah, hopefully I'll get her fixed and running one day. But yeah, all right. It was good to talk to you guys again. I missed you guys.
And whenever you're free, dude, we'd love to have you on.
Right on.
We're gonna try to. We're gonna try to like stack some of these up too. So like even if if we have to like keep it in the vault for a little bit, it'd be cool.
Right on. All right, man. I'll see you guys later. You all take it easy.
What you drinking there? What you drinking?
Well, I quit drinking, so
Did that work, don't it? That worked. I had a tea today. I was like, damn, that actually is helping. I quit, but every now and then I just having the fucking can.
Yeah, it's like it's a Moscow Mule, but it's like but no liquor in it, so it's like a mocktail. It tastes like static, but whatever.
Yeah, dude. I want to see like it's so fucking expensive, but you got like seltzer waters. I mean, they can start really like some teas in the can. Don't taste half bad. I don't know what you're trying to do, but
yeah,
because it's just a habit after a while. That's when I fucking quit. I don't know. You're 4 years out. It's been fuck, dude. We've been out for like 10 years, so I went through all the shit you're talking about. Not to the exact degree, but.
Yeah, it seems to be a pretty fucking common thing. Whenever I talk to people and they're like, "Yeah, I know what you're talking about," and like,
yeah.
So I mean, time just doesn't really change. It's just, I don't think it's that different from 12 years to 4 years. You just
no, it's not, and that's it. And I don't know what comfort you could take in that, but I mean, this has been. I'm actually pretty generally fucking happy that we started doing shit, and I've got to teaching kids, finding a purpose. But it doesn't go without even being genuinely happy. Don't manic episodes happen, and I don't understand why.
Yeah, I get there. Yeah. I'm barely kind of getting in touch with those honestly right now because, I used to work. I would fucking tell people like, dude, I want to fucking kill myself like almost every fucking day, and now I can't really say that honestly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, there's days that I want to fuck. And that's the other thing, too. Like, I say, like, I want to fucking kill myself, and then people freak the fuck out. But it's like, listen, like, I do, but I'm not going to. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Not consciously, anyway. Yeah. It would be an accident, if anything. Like,
right.
From my patterns. So when I first got back, it was just these crackhead gangster wannabes, like, shoulder bumped me or something. I fucking grabbed them, dude. Like, went to an episode where I followed them to the ghetto and like tried to, like didn't get killed, didn't get shot. Lucky. Do what? They ran, bro. They were way too quick. But I fucking went into the ghetto, to a group of them. They partied like the fucking Red Sea, bro. They must have thought I was a cop, bro. They part of like
I did some dumbass shit in a fucking bar trying to fight like 4 guys at one time. Mm-hmm. And like I've wanted to. Like I was like, dude, I don't care who gets fucked up, but somebody's getting fucked up. It's gonna be me or you, and I don't care who. I just want the fight in. I just want it. You know what I mean? So
that's happened on several. It happened again when I got drunk because I just saw. I don't know what happened. I smelled alcohol. I went and got drunk, and didn't get into a bar fight. Everything went just fine. But dude, me and my wife got into a fight, bro, and I hate it. It's hard to fucking talk about. We got into a fight about something that happened at the bar that was nothing, and I lost my shit to where like I was fucking just driving just fast. I ran red light, pulled semi trucks coming, and she's like, and she's pregnant with my fucking kid, dog, and she's like, dude, I didn't know who the fuck you were. Like for the first, there's twice this has happened when we've been together where I've lost who the fuck I was in a manic episode. So
yeah, I mean, I'm still figuring those out. So
yeah, drinking is definitely the definite trigger for me. There is no drinking for me whatsoever.
So, yeah, I mean, I just hit a 1 year sobriety, so like, I think that's helped me kind of get there. But yeah, but we could talk about that one another time if you guys want.
Let's end on a high note.
Yeah. Oh shit, we're still recording.
Yeah.
I just could see some shit in your eyes, bro. I want you to know that I love you, dog, and hang in there, bro. Because it does. No, man,
I love you guys, dude. I'm in a pretty good spot, so I'm good.
Rosie, you clear?
Huh?
Are you clear?
Clear.
Are you clear?
All clear.
All clear.
All clear.
Wait, what?